him. Bobby Bolding, head coach at Parkview, will join us at 2:10 following the Razor Hog update. Coach Bolding taking over Parkview from his brother. Brad Bolding was there last year and moved on to North Little Rock. Parkview picked number 1 in 5A as the defending champs, as they should be. And at 2:30, we got John Latch. So John is the War Memorial Stadium manager. And I was talking with someone this morning, and he was talking about the A-State Arkansas tickets. And he was looking, and there weren't many tickets available. And I was like, I haven't heard anything about ticket sales for this game. Where are we? And so that's what gave me the idea. So we're going to get John Latch on here to talk a little bit about the A-State Arkansas game, ticket sales, how what tailgating's going to look like. Is there going to be anything different? And just stadium preparations. Let's face it, they haven't had a large crowd at War Memorial Stadium in a while. It's been a lot of 40-something thousand people there, maybe 40,000. But ticket sales were announced at that. And if it truly is close to a sellout, you're talking about 53, 54, 52,000 people at War Memorial Stadium. It's going to have to be a little bit different to prepare a stadium, concessions and everything, just getting people inside the stadium.
Hopefully they're always prepared for a sellout because that's always the ultimate goal, to sell it out. But, yeah, I think max it's gotten up to about 47,000 maybe. So it said the whole 55, so you're talking about 8,000 short of a sellout.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what everyone would be looking forward to with a game like this. Arkansas State, sell it out. That's what you want.
I've been talking about it for years. It's finally here, so gobble up those tickets and make it a sellout. D3 Auto Sales Tech Line, somebody said, yeah, that's the second-string defense, right? And you're exactly right. Mike Washington was going up against the second-string defense. They went 1s versus 2s. But still, guys, your second-team defense is going to play a lot in the SEC, not only in case someone gets hurt, but just in a game. Your starters aren't going to play all the snaps. That's just the way it is. You got to get them off the field, give them a rest, give them a series off, and get that second-team linebackers in. Second-team defense, they're always rotating the defensive linemen throughout a series. But second-team corners, safeties, they're going to play. And if you can't trust them in practice right now, that's not a good sign. So I'm not going to just brush it off. Yeah, it was the second teamers. Those guys got to be ready and be able to play.
Well, a lot of times you don't know, though, if it's a case of your first team looking good because they are playing against familiar faces and they are supposed to have the leg up on second team unit, whether that's offense or defense, or it's a case of, this is how good they actually are, and this is what they're showing early, and they're going to show it against opponents once they get on the field.
Just heard from Travis Williams. We'll get an update on that a little bit later today. Defense, tomorrow offense. Bobby Petrino will talk, and we'll get to hear from those two guys. And Coach Pittman tonight from the podium. I don't know if he was doing some interviews with the media afterwards or not. I know the Zone missed out on getting Coach Pittman. I don't know if his plane was a little late, and by the time he got there, they had to take him straight in. That's unfortunately happened a couple of times. Not it's rare that we don't get the guest on the Zone before he goes on and speak, but it has happened a handful of times over the years.
There'll be plenty of sound, though, from inside Little Rock Touchdown Club and the Q&A there with Baz, so there'll be some sound from that.
Mm-hmm. Stat of the week from Stat. It says head coach Sam Pittman's overall head coaching record is 41-40-1. He was 30-31 at Arkansas, 11-9-1 at Hutchinson Community College in his 2 years there. He was 5-4-1 and 6-5. Great personality, but a 500 coach. Thank you, Stat. Yeah, the record speaks for itself. Maybe this year he can get above 500 and change things a little bit. I'm certainly hoping for a better record than what we've had, especially 2 years ago. All right, we're all good on the Gwatney Chevrolet live fan feedback. Solid there. You can call us 661-1037, 661-1037. It is a weekend recap brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Tell you, I had a heck of a weekend, a long weekend, a lot of golf. I played a practice round Wednesday and then the tournament was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And luckily, we dodged serious storms. We had play halted a couple of times because of some of the typical weather in Baton Rouge, the pop-up thunderstorms would come in. But the great thing, it would cool it off, Joe, and then it was just so cloudy the sun never came out again.
Oh, that's great.
And so it was like 84 degrees. But starting the round before these thunderstorms, it was like the weather here, hot, humid, just disgusting, but never failed. We'd get a pop-up thunderstorm, cool things off, and it was great to play. And
you have a breeze coming through?
Yeah, I had a nice little breeze coming through, so it was pretty good weather to play golf in. Got very lucky. One of the best things I saw, though, all weekend yesterday, because we were able to get all the rounds in, and so yesterday was a free day. We just went and played for fun. And once again, afternoon storms chased us inside, and we were all – the clubhouse, there was probably 50, 60, 75 people in there. Everybody was watching the golf tournament, and that's when Scotty Scheffler chipped in on 17 for birdie to pretty much seal the deal, and the place erupted. It was a pretty cool thing. And you're watching this chip, and it's just rolling. You're like, it's not going to get there. It's got to go. And then it gets over that little hump and just rides all the way down the hill. And in the back of the cup, you're like, God, this guy is incredible.
Everybody was inspired.
Oh,
by
my
that,
gosh,
sure.
everybody was screaming in there. But it was just one of those special moments for basically a back-breaking chip for birdie that pretty much sealed the deal, unless he just blew up on 18. But, man, what a moment for Scotty Scheffler. His 5th win of the year. It's the 2nd straight year he's had 5 wins, and the last person to do that was Tiger Woods. And he did it 6 times. But it just shows you once again the comparisons for Scotty Scheffler. He's among the greatest, and this run that he's on over the last couple of years. It's a Tiger-like run. What Scheffler's able to do.
It's always going to be compared to Tiger whenever somebody is on some kind of winning streak or has a lot of wins in a season because he's the standard. You want to compare to the best in most people's minds, and there's some Jack and Tiger back and forth, but the two of those, and Tiger being the most recent, there's always going to be those comparisons whenever someone's winning at a high level.
D3 Auto Sales text line. Did anyone notice that Coach Pittman referenced that he had a good team at least 8 times? Just a little concerning, but time will tell. Proof is in the putting. Yeah, he said it over and over and over. And he said that at SEC Media Days. He feels like he has a good team. But you're exactly right. We will find out a little bit in week 2, more in week 3, week 4, week 5.
We'll see if it's not just coach speak. If it actually is, if they prove him to be right. Because I'm sure, he's being truthful on how he's feeling and what he's saying. He's being truthful in what he's relaying, but it's just they have to back it up as a team. They have to back up the words that he's putting out there about the team.
I hope, and he talked about it a little bit, about the offense. Year 2 with Bobby Petrino with the returning starting quarterback. The stats over time have proven that the offense gets a lot better. And that's when he pointed out, hell, we were a top 10 offense last year, and it was yards per game. They weren't in scoring because they bogged down so many times in the red zone. That's the key to me. I feel like this is going to be an offense that can move the ball inside the 20s, but what happens inside that red zone, you got to score touchdowns, and that was one of the big flaws last year. And hopefully that's something that's been worked on and will improve in year 2 with Taylor Green. What's Luke got to say? Don't know if I missed you guys talking about it or not, but why did they not really cover Georgia or Missouri on any given Saturday series? Some of the teams did not opt in. Not every SEC team gave permission to the filmmakers, the camera guys, to be there inside the locker room. So that's why some of the teams are kind of MIA.
That makes sense.
Sometimes you'll see them playing another team, but you're not getting that locker room access that you got with Vanderbilt and Arkansas and South Carolina and LSU. And I still haven't finished it. When I was on this golf trip, Joe, my brother-in-law had started it but was well behind. And I was like, man, it's so good. I'll sit there and rewatch it with you. And so I rewatched several of the episodes, but still have not finished that last one. So I'm kind of putting it off. That's the way I am because I don't want it to go away. I want to have something to look forward to. But, I got something to look forward to starting tomorrow night with the Cowboys Netflix special being released. What's TP got to say? Sam don't even like playing here in the Rock, so why is he even here? No one wants to hear him say the same old speech. TP, he doesn't like playing Ace. He's fine with playing A-State. What his point is, he doesn't want to play A-State a home and home because people have been asking about that. And his thinking is he doesn't want to have a home and home against an in-state rival. If they want to play, we'll play them at home in Fayetteville. If that's what you want to do, we'll take the game up to Fayetteville and play it up there.
If it's not a home and home, it makes sense to play it in Little Rock.
Exactly, yeah. But no, you have to go back probably to Houston Nutt, to the last coach to fully embrace playing in Little Rock.
I think Petrino did. I think he embraced it. Yeah, it started with Bielema that when there was kind of talk about this being a road game. Not that we're traveling to Little Rock and we have a lot of players on this roster that are excited about it because they have ties to the area, maybe from the area. That was when it started.
Yeah, it is.
And plus, it also was tied to playing some bigger games in Little Rock at the time. They were playing LSU every year.
You don't know how many times over the weekend, being in Baton Rouge, people came up to me and was talking about the LSU-Arkansas games at War Memorial Stadium and coming up to those games and the environment and how fun those games were. And they're like, y'all still play games at War Memorial? I'm like, yeah, it's just not the LSU game, and it's looks like it's coming to an end unless something changes.
They need to make this an annual deal.
A-State?
Arkansas State, Little Rock every year.
Kit in Little Rock, even though he plays for the Giants, I repeat, Jackson Dart has it.
Yes, he does.
I wish he was Dak's understudy or Shedeur Sanders. Oh, by the way, he has it also.
Both those guys do. Both of them do.
Speaking of Shedeur, the Browns, to no one's surprise, named Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback for Week 1.
Yeah, there's a reason he hasn't been playing preseason. They don't want to take a chance of him getting injured.
How old is he now?
At least 40. I think maybe 41.
Is he? He's in his 40s? I didn't realize that. Yeah, take it easy on the old guy. Make sure he's ready for the Bengals. Isn't that right? Bengals-Browns in Week 1?
Yes.
Okay.
He is 40.
Wow. Okay. Go Flacco. All right, we're all caught up. That's kind of the lineup for today. Talking some Razorback football, Parkview football, and then we'll talk more about the A-State-Arkansas matchup with John Latch, the manager of War Memorial Stadium. We'll take some phone calls. But next up, though, we're going to talk with Kyle Sutherland, get his thoughts on the weekend, maybe what Petrino had to say. He was probably also listening to T. Will in his press conference earlier today. So we'll talk Razorback football with Kyle next. Stick around. We're just getting started. It's Out of Bounds.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
This is Sports Center.
A former Razorback comes up big to help his team pull off a victory. Sound familiar? This time it applies to former Hog Caleb Calley, whose RBI single gave the Arkansas Travelers a 9-8 10-inning victory over the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in Springdale. The Travs built a 5-0 lead in the second inning, but the Naturals countered with a 5-run fifth to build a 7-5 lead. Nick Raposo brought the Travs within a run with a sacrifice fly. Jared Sundstrom's RBI double tied the game at 7-7 to force extra innings. The Travs are off today, but they start a series against the Springfield Cardinals at Dickey Stevens Park in North Little Rock starting tomorrow night. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Your next Chevy is in stock and waiting for you at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Get behind the wheel of a new Tahoe or Colorado with up to $2,500 in loyalty trade-in bonus, no payments until December, lumber, and low APR financing. Save up to $12,000 on select Silverados or shop used cars starting at $250 a month. And we're paying more than ever for quality vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. Visit Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Shelter Agent Madison Buse in England, Matt Cooper in Russellville, or Todd Session in Morrilton today.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Tell me what you really like. Maybe I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake. And they keep
Tell you what, our friends at Bet Saracen, they've realized they got a good thing going with this bet protection. They did it last week for the BMW Championship. If you didn't pick Scotty, but maybe you had McIntyre or Sam Burns, you got half your money back. Well, now they're doing it for the U.S. Open, tennis open that's about to get started. Same thing. Place a futures win. Real cash wager. If your man or woman loses, but they make it to the quarterfinals, you get 50% of your money back, up to $25 in sportsbook bonus cash. They still got it going for the NFL protection or NFL championship game protection bet. They got it for the SEC championship protection bet. A lot of good stuff at Bet Saracen. Football season, college, NFL right around the corner. Of course, we already got preseason games that you can get on right now. Lines are out for this weekend's games. Or tonight's game. I forgot we had a game tonight. Bengals Commanders tonight. Bengals, 3.5-point favorite. Over under 43.5. Then we got a couple of Thursday night games, a couple Friday night games. Download the app, Bet Saracen, the best betting app in Arkansas. Wes Moore and Joe Franklin with you. It is Out of Bounds. We're going to bring in Kyle Sutherland, talk a little Razorbacks. What's up, Kyle? How are you?
What's up, guys? Doing great. How about you? Reiterate what you said. Bet Saracen is the best, hands down. Very thankful for them. They do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you bet, man. Love talking about those guys because I believe in the product and use the product.
Yeah.
Let's. Did you get to hear from T. Will today?
I was actually watching Coach Pittman.
Yeah.
My editor, Daniel Fair, was actually doing the Travis Williams update. We actually just published something about that on hogbeat.com. And I didn't finish it all. He was doing updates on our board, so I did read the updates and saw the majority of it.
Any big news that came out of it?
No. I think that defensive line is a bit of a concern right now, and Coach Pittman, at the end of his press conference after the scrimmage on Saturday, I think it's his exact well, hell yeah, we are a bit concerned. But I know that he definitely expressed some concern considering David Oakey is likely going to miss the beginning, maybe the first one or two games, that defensive tackle. So they were on the D-line, but yeah, you feel pretty good from what the coaches are saying, at least, about the rest of your defense. Linebacker, I think you and I, Weston, on here have talked about multiple times how that's probably the strength of the defense. You like on paper as far as the size and the depth there. But that kind of a long-winded answer and basically just a way of saying that I think we're still just kind of trying to figure some things out on the defensive line because there are certainly some questions there.
I liked what Coach Pittman had to say about he understands the fans' frustration of not knowing because of the portal these days. You don't know these corners. You don't know these wide receivers. And so since you don't know them and haven't seen them play in the SEC, you don't have any idea if they're going to be any good.
And it's more of I'm concerned. That's probably the one that I'm just the most intrigued to see is the defensive line because I'll be mainly just because of the lack of depth. You might have to play some true freshmen that might or might not be ready yet. But it's such a different world. 25 to 30 new guys every offseason. You don't know who would have done what he did. Who would have thought? I know that probably John Ridgway had a little bit more hype as a defensive lineman coming from the FCS ranks than maybe some of the others Arkansas has brought in, but you probably didn't expect him to have as good of a season that he did. So get on the field, but I mean, just listening to the tone, particularly of Sam Pittman, I think that anybody that is concerned about it is justified at this current moment.
Are you getting excited about Mike Washington?
Yeah, he can do. I know that some of the times you'll have people that say, whenever you talk about those long runs, you'll have some that say, well, that's really just concerning for the defense if he's doing that. Is the defense bad? Is that the reason? Just to be able to have some depth back. And you had some pretty good depth back there when everybody was healthy last season, but this is just somebody that was overlooked from New York. Even Coach Petrino said it last week. He's a little irritated they didn't get him coming from Buffalo as opposed to New Mexico State when he had hit the transfer portal the first time. So I think that were overlooked in recruiting, and just mainly because of their location, was Mike Washington. Of course, but that could be, if the offensive line especially comes together, that could be a really special weapon that they added.
Yeah, Rohan's one of those guys too. You look at what he did at FCS level. What can he do here? And he may very well be like a Ridgeway and come in and put up some really good numbers at tight end, but you just don't know how that plays in the SEC.
Yeah. Coach Petrino talked last week. I think that there's a lot of people that are not too concerning about the offense. Do I think that it is going to be like a championship type caliber offense? Well, no. I mean, there's nothing really about this team right now that would prove that there's anything championship caliber. But as far as competing when the games that they need to compete in, I mean, I know this offense. Let's remember it finished top 10 in total offense in the country per game. Well, I think it was 400 something yards per game. So, to repeat that, to be able to be that high again. But again, it's just if Halen Green stays healthy, you love what has the history that quarterbacks and offenses in particular have under Petrino in year two. So I think that's pretty confident about.
How do you feel? Do you feel like, because we heard from Coach Pittman talk about the offensive line, he feels they're improved. I agree. I do like what they've did in the portal with the offensive line. I think they are going to be better, and I think even Marion Harris, maybe he's held off Shaq, but I think he's improved after playing thrown into the fire young, early age, and I just see him getting better and better too. So anyway, I feel like they've fixed some of the issues with the offensive line.
Yeah. Well, you really I'm Staten Fittler. I think he's going to be a great piece. We know what he can do, and you feel good about it. He said it in a press conference when we had the offensive lineman a couple weeks ago, was that he's proven it in the SEC. And that's the thing, he's proven it at the power level. He just hasn't been in the SEC. So he's played a lot of games, and you look, he's healthy at right guard. Marion, or even if a Marion's inside, like you said, Wes, he's the team since he can play four positions. And this is that year that he's really got to learn. As you said, he was thrown into the fire. He's gone through some things, but this is the year that he's really got to turn the corner and be that guy that they brought him in as a 4-star back in 2022.
Got Kyle Sutherland with us with Hogbeat. Kyle, you ready to name your breakout wide receiver, the guy that's going to put up the numbers that they need?
Yeah, it's a rip. Now, is it someone that hasn't been taught like the Raylan Sharps, the Omega Blakes? Is it one of those? Is it basically anybody receivers?
Yeah, anybody.
Or just somebody that's okay? Safe bet. Just before any games have been played, is Raylan Sharp, just because they've had that connection. Taylor and him grew up together. They've known each other for a long time. They understand each other's tendencies. I mean, they were the same high school team, transferred. So you look at first, but the other one I know that's been getting a lot of hype is Omega Blake, and I think that he's going to be a big-time target for Taylor. Receivers, like I guess right maybe the third day of fall camp, third or fourth day, into Omega Blake, and man, guys, he can rip. He can do even close to what he did at Charlotte. The Razorback fans are going to be really happy. I mean, almost 25 in the country. He can really play.
Yeah, I've said it before. Do yourself a favor. Just go look at his highlight reel from Charlotte. Yeah. I mean, they're big-time plays, and it's a highlight reel. It's just, of course, his best plays. But still, it was impressive, some of the catches and the speed that he had. And throw in a little size. Probably I guess he is the second biggest wide receiver that they have next to A.J. And you can see where that could be a big help down the field and using his body, his size to hold off some of the defensive backs. But I'm with you too. I think I hate the injuries and the missed time for some of the slot receivers. I hope it's not setting them back too much, or their chemistry that they have with Taylor Green. But I think maybe one of the slot guys, Sharp, will probably be maybe one to keep an eye on as your breakout guy that can lead this team in catches.
Yeah. Those that we talked about, but C.J. Brown's been starting to pick up some steam too from Bentonville, and you see the in-state kids shine, and he made some freshman mistakes last year. Wes is really what it was, and that's the thing. Kind of like with the Marion. Now Marion Harris is obviously further along in his college career, but that's the thing that you hope for too with C.J. is I know they asked him to step up maybe a little bit sooner than he was ready to, but now having a full off season, another player that's been in this offense for a year, that should help out some.
That's a great point. I loved hearing about some of the good things about CJ over the weekend. And Monte Harrison, man, I think everybody's
yeah, can't forget about him. He's really picked up. I'll be honest with you, at the beginning of camp, I he was going to be one of those guys that he might receiving yards, like he's going to make some plays for you, but he's going to be better than anything in your locker room, just because he knows what it's like to play in professional sports, playing at the MILB level, minor league, and so he was going to be a very valuable piece, but I don't know how much stats he'll put up and everything. I think he could maybe be a 400 or 500 yard receiver at this point, just because I think they're going to try to make that's just maybe some things that I've kind of gathered talking to myself a little bit. I'm not making any guarantees, but I he might be more than just a locker room solidifier, as I've kind of referred him to him as, and he could really do some good things for you.
I love what Coach Petrino said about him, and they thought about trying to get him to lose some weight and become even faster or quicker, and it's like that didn't work, and he said we had him put the weight back on, because that's what he is. He's just a bigger wide receiver that can get off of jams at the line of scrimmage and body up some of the smaller DBs. And even for Coach Petrino to just kind of laugh it off, I'm like, well, that didn't work. That wasn't a smart move. But
you're a bad thing, but he seems a lot more like, maybe it's just because he's an OC now as opposed to head coach, but man, he is just ultra relaxed. He's just kind of, when he's not coaching football, he's just being a grandpa, and he's only got one side of the ball to worry about now. But he is certainly very relaxed, and that could be a good thing.
All right, let's move over to defense real quick. We talked a little bit about that defensive line, but they got to find some backups. To me, and Coach Pittman touched on that a little bit too. They feel like they've got some guys that starters, but underneath that, and even third team, if they lose a couple at one position, they could be in a little trouble. That, to me, is the biggest concern.
Yeah. I mean, you feel good. I mean, we know what Cam Ball can do, but he is coming off that elbow injury. Lord forbid, what if something happens to him? Or, the ones that have really been picking up steam in camp is Danny Solly and Ian Jeffrard. And so you've got really after that, if something happens to one of those three, what's it going to look like? Will either redshirt freshman or sophomore, and then true freshman Kevin Owens, will they get more time? So, Justice Boone and Quincy Rhodes Jr. have been getting a lot of the talk as far as like defensive ends, and talked about a few different guys. Phillip Lee is another one on the edge there that they've felt more confident in as camp has come along. But when you just talk about the inside, though, that's the one. I don't think it's necessarily the whole entire defensive line that maybe you should be concerned. Yes, there's still needs to prove there with Landon Jackson, especially being gone there off the edge. Nico Donnelly, did some good things for you at times too. So we need to talk about concern-wise, but especially, again, Lord forbid, I want to make sure I throw that in there, not send any bad juju, but something happens to Cam, Danny, or Ian, that's when things are really going to start to get shaky. I guess with the Okie situation, that you feel against Alabama A&M. As we know, there's no such thing as an easy game, but if he's going to miss one, maybe you certainly hope to have him back by state. But this is your most favorable game at the beginning of the year, so get some other guys some reps, and maybe that's your silver lining right there.
Speaking of Quincy Rhodes, I went back and I rewatched Any Given Saturday, that episode with Arkansas-Tennessee game, and the last play of the game when Nico runs out of bounds. But to start the play, the guy that broke it up and put pressure on Nico to make him get out of the pocket was Quincy Rhodes. And he put a spin move, a power spin move on the tackle that was just absolutely incredible. You see that move and you're like, dude, that's like NFL-type stuff with that size and strength, just to throw the guy to the side and then get after Nico. And I'm telling everybody, just go back and watch that one play. And what he is capable of doing, if they can get more a more consistent Rhodes, then that guy can be a good SEC player.
Yeah, that's exactly the thing that I think the first time we thought it was either Deke Adams or Coach Williams the first time that we had talked to him during fall camp, and they were probably referencing Landon Jackson when they were talking about this, but that's one thing that they really just had to get in Quincy's head is, like, don't worry about people, just worry about being you. And that's what you have to do, especially when you're a player that is taking over for somebody that did so many good things for you. Landon being a second, third round draft in his time at Arkansas. So just making sure mentally, like, don't worry about what other people are saying or writing, just make sure that you worry about being you, and that's really what you have to focus on. Now, I mean, he came out of North Little Rock. Obviously, we covered him with him being close here, nearby and everything, and he did a lot of good things. And so, this is about that they really needed him to show what he has done through his development, and then he could be due for a big-time year.
Mm-hmm. He looks like a dude, that's for sure. Hey, Kyle, we appreciate it. Great stuff. We'll talk to you soon. You bet. It's Kyle Sutherland with us, Hog Beat. Check him out over there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk some more Razorbacks. Phone lines will be open, 661-1037. You can text us on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Got some text to read. We'll do that when we come back. It's Out of Bounds.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals or at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot. Chris Crane, Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Lot Benton.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Mo Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter, Andy Kate, with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Evo Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Imagine if today was the day your idea changed someone's life. With GoFundMe, it's all possible. Help someone pay for college, help your community build a new playground, or help a child make it to that dream competition. GoFundMe is the world's #1 fundraising platform trusted by over 200 million people. Don't wait for someone else to bring change. Start your fundraiser today at GoFundMe.com/radio. That's GoFundMe.com/RADIO. This is a commercial message sponsored by GoFundMe.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you're dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bulk pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Woo! Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco. Represent.
All right, back at it. Thanks for hanging out. Got another segment in this first hour. Let me go to the D3 Auto Sales text line real quick. 501 writes in and says, special teams going to have to be much better for this team this year for us to be bowl eligible. Think of how many times last year we had our hands tied because we couldn't kick anything longer than a 35-yard field goal. Probably cost us at least 2 wins, OK State, Mizzou. Yeah, they seem to like the kicker Starzik freshman, trying to put him under some pressure situations. But you're not going to know until you get into a game with him. Hopefully get some confidence under his belt early in the season and then just grows and does a better job. But you're right, field goal kicking needs to be better this year. Coach really likes punter. Got the snapper back. Sure would like to see some good plays, punt return, kick return, give you a good field position. Could be a game-changing part of the game that has been missing. 501 writes in and says, Wes, I watched any given Saturday, and Josh Braun is in there a lot with Carmona. Is he in the league now? He was on the show a couple of years ago as one of the NIL interviews and said how much he likes Arkansas. You know, I like Josh Braun, and when you guys had him on, Joe, I thought he was a great interview, very insightful, just came across as being a good kid, good young man. But he is now, I think, at Kentucky.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know this for sure, but my gut tells me that Josh Braun found a little bit more money at Kentucky, and Arkansas was like, yeah, we like you, but we don't like you that much. Josh didn't have a great year at right guard. There were mistakes made there, and, I mean, there were a lot of mistakes on the offensive line. I just think he found a home where, in my opinion, where he can make more money, and they're like, yeah, we're going to spend that money somewhere else. My opinion.
Well, hopefully for him that is the case.
Maybe
because
he's making
that's
some
why
good
you
money.
explore your options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he took his free agency deal and found it. I mean, it happens in pro sports. You find a better deal somewhere else and you leave. But he is not in the league. Breakout player of the year for wide receiver, Monte Harrison, year 2 in Petrino's offense. He's a grown man and has that pro mentality. Man, I hope so.
Like it. Yeah, that would be good. If he does emerge as one of the leaders, he's one of the older players, and he's been there as far as, you know, he has some experience in the sports world, a lot more experience than these guys do, and he's seen it on a professional level in a different sport, so maybe that is something he can bring to the team.
And he is very athletic. I mean, that's what got him drafted out of high school. I mean, he was a 2-sport star, had scholarships to play football and baseball in college, and decided to go you couldn't turn down the money. And so he signed out of high school and played baseball. But you can just watch some of the plays he made out in the outfield to see his athleticism. And I don't want to make it seem like he's just a big 30-year-old wide receiver and has an advantage because of his maturity. He's still an athletic dude, and that's why he's getting a chance to play in the SEC.
Hopefully we get to see a lot of it.
501 says, I'm going to say Monte Harrison is the second biggest wide receiver. You know what? I think you're right. I think he is bigger than Omega Blake. AJ would be the biggest. Then I think you're right. Monte's the second biggest. Jason in Houston writes in and says, every year in Little Rock, the day after Thanksgiving, I'm telling you guys, it would be great. He's talking about Arkansas State.
Yeah.
You'd have to work with the leagues, you know. But you do have Georgia Tech, Florida State, South Carolina, Clemson. They all play their rivalry
out of
game
conference
on the last game of the year.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get the SEC to sign off, the Sun Belt to sign off. But I don't know if Arkansas wants to play A-State every single year at War Memorial Stadium. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I think, Jason, it would be pretty cool. I think people that would give them a good game to look forward to at the end of the season.
Students aren't on campus at that time anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That was always one of the selling points back then, why it was good to play LSU the day after Thanksgiving, because nobody was on campus. A lot of them were home in Little Rock, so then they just go the game in Little Rock. It's funny how used to, when everybody was on board with it, there were the selling points of why this was a good idea. And now it seems like all the selling points are why it's not a good idea and needs to go away. Yeah, just with anything, time changes. All right, we're all caught up there. I was telling Joe a story earlier. When I was down in Baton Rouge playing in the golf tournament, Coach O lives a couple houses down from my brother-in-law on the golf course. And my brother-in-law said he was outside, and he heard Coach O. You know it's Coach O, right? You don't confuse his voice for somebody else.
In that part of the state, maybe so. But he does have a different tone to his voice.
Deeper, gravelly. Yes, I heard some Cajun voices down there this weekend, but his is very distinguishable. But anyway, he saw Coach O in the yard, pacing back and forth, just screaming on his phone, yelling. He was upset about something. He didn't know what, he couldn't tell, but he could just tell he was mad. Came out in the paper the next day. Coach O, the judge, had ruled that he's going to have to pay his former wife, his ex-wife now, some of that big buyout that he got from LSU, that she was entitled to some of it. So he was trying to put maybe 2 and 2 together and see if it doesn't add 4. He was upset talking maybe to the lawyer. I thought it was very funny today, or over the weekend it came out now. Coach O is interested in getting back into coaching. Said he is getting that bug back.
The itch.
Yeah, he's got the itch to get back into coaching. I wonder if he's got that itch to make some more money after losing a bunch of money over the weekend.
Timing is everything, and you can see, maybe the dots are connected there.
The salaries are pretty nice for a head coach in the Power 4 schools. So maybe he feels like he's getting that itch to coach and get back in the locker room again, and maybe the bank account was wanting that itch to make some more money.
That was probably one of the main factors why he's not coaching right now, because he's a guy that's always been in football, and so that would be probably the main reason why he's not coaching. The fact that he could sit back and be comfortable and just enjoy life, not have to worry about what happens on a daily basis on a college campus and a football team. But now things have changed.
I guess it's 2 years ago that he was here at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and we interviewed him, and man, dude was loving life. He was enjoying being away from coaching.
Surprised he wasn't still in Miami, because that's where he was hanging out quite a bit.
Yeah, he's not always home, they say. He's got a nice little spread there, though, in Baton Rouge, too. Randall says Monte Harrison would be an interesting weekly caller on the Buzz. I agree with that. He was good. We had him on. He was a great interview. All right, Razor Hog updates coming up next. Then Bobby Bolding, head coach at Parkview. Stick around. Hour number 2's next.
Beechwood Hospitality presents coverage of the Dallas Cowboys on 103.7 The Buzz. Beechwood Hospitality, the leader in hotel property management.
Come check out the latest in large-scale logging equipment, attachments, supplies, technology, and services at the Southwest Forest Products Expo August 22nd through the 23rd at the Hot Springs Convention Center. Watch the Timberworks Lumberjack Show. See chainsaw sculptures by Artistry in Wood. Visit the online video arcade. It's fun for the whole family. Visit arcloggers.com for schedule, info, training, workshops, and links to the online ticket hub. That's arcloggers.com. 2-day pass for those 16 and older is $10. Kids under 16 free. See you in Hot Springs at the Southwest Forest Products Expo.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, when you purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower, receive your choice of a free pressure washer or generator. An unbeatable bonus of up to $7.99 for the month of August to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends August 31st. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot. Find them on Facebook.
Our guys aren't so bad, right?
This is taking unsportsmanlike conduct to a whole new level.
Well, maybe not. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock.
An investigation is underway in Hot Spring County following a weekend shooting. According to Arkansas State Police, bullets flew around 2:30 Saturday morning at Jack's Landing near Malvern. The ASP says the 24-year-old victim has serious injuries, but that their condition is stable. We're told he was a bystander at a large party when a fight led to gunfire. There's no word on a possible suspect as of now. People living in one North Little Rock neighborhood experienced some scary moments as a pop-up thunderstorm came through yesterday. The heavy rain and strong wind hit the Amboy community a little before 4 Sunday afternoon. Uprooted trees fell on homes and downed power lines left people in the dark. Thankfully, there were no reported injuries. Those in the community say the storm rolled in fast and with a lot of power. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Get in the conversation with live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. Presented on Out of Bounds by Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Temperatures warm up into the upper 90s. Many of us will make it to triple digits today before we tack on the heat index. And with the heat index, feels like temperatures around 105 to 110 or greater. So dangerous heat in store for the rest of the day. Make sure you're staying cool and hydrated. This is meteorologist Juliana Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Hi, this is Joe Klein with Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Whether you are dining in for daily specials like Cheese Dip Happy Hour, driving through for a barbecue bowl, pickup order, or prefer our full-service catering, our professional staff at Corky's has you covered. Corky's in Little Rock and North Little Rock. We'll see you soon. And be sure to listen each week when I stop by 1037 The Buzz.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Your next Chevy is in stock and waiting for you at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Get behind the wheel of a new Tahoe or Colorado with up to $2,500 in loyalty trade-in bonus, no payments until December, and low APR financing. Save up to $12,000 on select Silverados or shop used cars starting at $250 a month. And we're paying more than ever for quality vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. Visit Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
You've heard the phrase, all hat, no cattle. Well, Whataburger's new Bacon Wrangler Double is anything but. It's got beef that's never from the freezer, always hot off the grill. Monterey Jack and American cheese, bacon, crispy onions, chipotle aioli, and pickles. You might even say it's all cattle and a hat. A 5-inch bun hat, cowboy. Introducing the new Whataburger Bacon Wrangler Double for a limited time. What a burger.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Myron Metcalf and Matt Jones.
It's over, but I think the NCAA is over too, right? I mean, I understand, and I'm actually in favor of the idea of not hurting today's athletes about past issues. At the same time, if there were ever a situation where you were going to institute or implement a postseason ban, it feels like this is the case. You know, I think a lot of people all around the country are wondering, oh, wait, you just decided to do it now? I mean, how many teams have been banned? How many wins have been vacated in recent years? And now Michigan with, I mean, one of the great scandals. The NCAA said Michigan essentially orchestrated a cover-up of this thing, you know, and yet they didn't get any real penalties that are going to hurt the program going forward. Besides,
I mean, Louisville had a national championship taken away in basketball. In theory, if there was ever a time to take away a national championship, wouldn't it have been one based on stealing?
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz. Your Razor Hog Update is brought to you by Standing Firm Farms in Greenbrier. StandingFirmFarms.com for high-end restaurant quality, fresh Angus beef delivered to your doorstep. Get a hold of them at StandingFirmFarms.com.
Got some sound from over the weekend. We'll start with Deke Adams talking about the defensive line, specifically Cam Ball, fifth-year guy. Means a lot to the defense.
You know, I think he's a great kid. I mean, really, really good kid. Got a chance to know his father as well over the past couple of years, and you know, just seeing him and he is an example that I use in a lot of when I'm talking to a lot of kids, because you know, you get the full package. You get a good player, you get a great kid, you get a great student who's already graduated. He's kind of got all of his ducks in a row, and you know, my hat's off to his mom and his dad and his family, because they've done a great job with him. And I think, you know, the biggest deal with, you know, we talk about in coaching is kids don't really care about what you know until they know you care. And Cam knows that we truly care about him and his family, and it's been a great relationship.
You know, Coach Pittman was just talking at the Little Rock Touchdown Club about the days of the player that sticks around year after year, fifth year, senior, fourth year. You're not going to see that very often these days. But Cam Ball did that, but he had the chance to go somewhere else.
He had some major stuff going on, and you know, he chose us to stay here, and you know, he believes in what we're doing. He believes in what we're doing in the D-line room. He's and a lot of times, you know, people in this business now it's become such money driven that it's all about, you know, how much this and how much that, and they really don't get a chance to know the kids. That is more about than that kid than the money. And he's invested in the program, and we're invested in him, and so we're excited about the relationship we have.
And here is Cam Ball and why he decided to stay.
It was people coming from all different ends and different angles, and you know, people trying to do it the legal way by, you know, trying to communicate with me through family, friends, and stuff of that nature. But at the time, you know, I was going through it with my pops, so I wasn't really, you know, in tune with none of that. I was focusing more so on my dad. You know, I heard the offers and all that, but I wasn't paying no mind to it. I just knew, like, I wanted to be here for my last year if I had to come back, and that's what my father wanted as well, because I talked to him about it, you know, being in the hospital with him, and all the offers and stuff was coming in, but my dad told me to stay. And I stayed, you know, not only because of me, but because my father as well, because when I committed to this university, my family did, and my whole family fell in love with it. So we're going to finish what we started, and that's why I'm still here, and I will remain here.
And how does he want to finish things?
Just overall being consistent, man. I want to, you know, not take reps off, not take plays off, just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I feel like that will improve my game, and also pass rush. You know, like I say all the time, man, I feel like I solidify myself in the run game, but I have to have a bigger emphasis and a more dominant, you know, pursuit in the pass rush as well.
Man, I like Cam Ball. I'm rooting for him. Hope he has a big year and gets drafted and gets to play in the NFL. Let's switch gears. Let's talk a little high school football. We can talk defense. This guy loves defense. Bobby Bolding, head coach of the Parkview Patriots, with us on Out of Bounds. What's up, Coach? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are y'all doing?
Fantastic. You love defense. What's it like these days being a defensive coordinator with these offenses and what they're trying to do to a defense and spread you out and go up tempo, fast pace? Is that a challenge? You like that challenge?
You know, you have to. For me, I've looked at it a little different, maybe than other people have the last few years. You used to try to be strong up the middle, strong tackles, mind, safety. You know, to me, you have to be really good on the edge at defensive end, outside linebackers, and corner. And so we've made a priority of putting speed there and giving them a multitude of coverages and trying to scheme a little bit to disguise what we're doing, because these quarterbacks are so well coached nowadays.
Yeah, the game's changed a lot over your years. Do you sit and watch? Can you just watch a game for fun, or are you analyzing and watching the defense, picking up things, college level, NFL level? How do you watch a game?
You're gonna die, but I really don't watch football. On Saturday, I turn it on my carport, and then I sit and look at film on my laptop. And I couldn't tell you when. Our coaches are not playing. I don't have a clue who they're talking about. I look at film. I'm a film junkie, and fast forward and rewind, fast forward, and I different things because the skill level is so different.
So what's it been like for you to step back as the head coach?
I just ease up. This is the difference. This is the first time I've ever been anywhere where the worked, and I didn't have to fix it, and I didn't have to change the culture and change attitudes, and so this is different. This is feeding the monster, and the expectation levels are high here, and so that's what we've tried to emphasize, and we've tried to really make this team a senior-led team, and they've really responded to that.
So the transition, you would say 1 to 10 has been a 10?
Oh, easy. Everybody else stayed. They were getting the job that way in the office anyway, and we like a couple of knockers. We had one kid transfer, a senior, but man, it's been an easy, smooth transition.
What do you like most about being the head coach again?
Well, the thing is, at Parkview, what's great is it's a kind of an old school mentality with our parents here. Education is very important with our parents. They with their sons here when it comes to academics, and that's why in the schools in Pulaski County, that's school, and they want you to coach them hard, and they want you to have high expectations for them on the field, in the classroom, off the field, and all that, and they support you. And that's how I grew up in this profession. So it's made it even easier for me.
What do you have this year at Parkview?
A few guys that can play a little bit. We should be okay.
No drop off?
Some guys, some big time players, that were playmakers. And of course, when all came about and they signed and everything, our players had to listen to, well, it's over. They lost these guys, and they're kind of looking at each other like, we're too. Mm-hmm. And kind of took it as a little bit of an insult, and that's kind of been their motivation too, because Coach Bowling's gone, it's over, and we all looked around at each other like, oh, I guess we didn't have anything to do with this. What's been going on, and so. And our players to keep this thing rolling.
Was it I'd never asked you, was it a hard choice for you to go back and be the head coach? Because I thought you were good being the DC and going off into the sunset here soon. I was very comfortable. It was going to be my last year working with Brad. I enjoyed that 3 years, but we needed to not be together, and he got the North Little Rock job and gave me a chance to come over there, and I said, "No, I'll figure it out." And then I said, I work here at Parkview, and I've worked director, which I had been for 24 years previously as a head coach, and that takes a lot
of you at not going to all these athletic events. And so I applied. You know, I did it so easy transition, and then the fact the program was in place already with what Brad and staff had done over the last 6 or 7 years, however long he was here. It was really easy transition and a real decision.
We're catching up with Bobby Boulding, head coach of the Parkview Patriots. Coach, who are your dudes? Who are the guys we need to know?
That's our dudes. You know, we make plays, Kurt Fulks and Marshall, but we think a really good offensive line. Now they may get exposed early in the year with the first 3 game schedule we got, but we think and another guy that we had projected as a starter last year, who ended up not playing, quitting, and I went and got him as soon as I got the job. He's just been amazing, and then we got a years old dad. So, and our quarterback's back, Bunny, who kind of runs that show. So we fit with where we're at offensively. We've got a lot of new faces defensively, but when I was defensive coordinator, I was too deep in the D line and 4 or 5 and 5 or 6 DBs. So we've got some guys that's played. They just hadn't been the starter. They hadn't been the man, and they got talent. So they're just going to have to jump in there and work.
I'm curious, how does that conversation go when you go in the hallway and get that kid to come back? What's Bobby Boulding telling him?
You ready to come back and be a Patriot again? Because we want you to come back. Whatever. But you got a clean slate with me. But and if you screw it up, you won't be a part of it. But I don't think you will. I think you're going to do right this time, and we're going to do everything we can to help you. And he said, "Yeah, Coach, I want back." And we got him here, and he's been amazing.
That's great to hear. Everybody deserves a second chance, and sometimes people make mistakes, and you probably changed his life by going back out there and getting him out of the hallway. Coach, you talked about the non-conference schedule.
Mail at home at War Memorial. It's on a Thursday because the Hogs are going to play on Saturday. So we moved so that they could have the stadium ready, and then we got to turn around. We got to go 2 the 1-year contract, and that I didn't want to make that bus drive all the way down there again because the amount of money that you got to raise just to get there and get home. And we called. Benton ended up having week 3 open, and maybe we bit on cheap playing those 3 in a row, but it'll help prepare us heading into conference.
Mm-hmm. That's 3. I mean, you look at it, Maumelle is going to be one of the favorites in the Central, 5A Central, and then Bryan, of course, everybody knows about, and then Benton, they're going to be one of the favorites in 6A. So you're, you didn't take it easy on your non-conference schedule. Would you rather have that play the 0 week, 1 week, 2 week, and take that 3rd week off and rest up for conference? What's your theory on playing 3 out of 4? What's the ideal situation?
I think it depends on the maturity level of your team. I think it depends on, the way we're set up this year, playing week 1, 2, and 3. But if we have some injuries along the way, then you're sitting there going, man, I wish I had this back. So I look at the maturity level, who you're playing and when you're playing, and those dates, the maturity level on our team, and can they maybe not win but compete. And I thought our kids can compete with them, and get the 4th quarter if we do things right. If we didn't think that, we wouldn't have scheduled these people and be playing these monsters. So I tried to look at all of it to see what the best when it came to Benton. There wasn't a lot of stuff there.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious, too, about your summer camps. What'd you learn about the team this summer?
We had a bunch of team camps scheduled in June, and we ended up not going to any of them. We went to two July, and of course we practiced all June, not in pads, but we practiced in footwork and lifting and all the stuff that you do. And first time out, and we really didn't. We really got out and we went to Bryan, and we went to North Little Rock for team camps, and there were some really good football teams there, and we got mixed it up and held our own. So it was team camps, mainly for our young guys, because we are a senior-laden football team this year, and we want to get our younger guys as many reps as we possibly can.
Is there pressure being back-to-back-to-back state champs on these kids?
I would answer no, it ain't a bit of pressure. Yeah, a little bit on them, but you don't notice it. You really don't. They are really taken to the fact that, and you'll hear them. I didn't have anything to do with the last year. We didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. We weren't even on the team. You'll hear them occasionally say stuff like that in the locker room, and they'll all just start laughing. They with it, and this program, although some very gifted young men that are the three that Cam Settles, Marion Robinson, and Monterio Wilson, they're all going to play this year. I think Cam will. They're all where they're at, and they were talented and gifted and had a lot to do with our success, but, so did we. And we're going to prove it to you. So I'm seeing them on the field on a Friday night.
Coach, there's a lot of talk about Bobby Petrino mellowing with age, and even some of his former players will say that. Would some of your former players say that Bobby Bolding has mellowed with age?
Our offensive coordinator is Claude Johnson, and he was my quarterback at Pine Bluff in 07, 08, and 09. Took us to the state finals in 09. They were ready to beat us. And just as tough as I used to be. But I went into Pine Bluff, was in serious trouble. And I had to do drastic things early on to flip that program around. And I had to do. I hadn't had to do that here. These kids understand the work ethic. They understand the commitment to being there. So I was saying, I know I have since Stuttgart and Marksville. I know I've calmed down. You really get older. Some of the things that you thought were important, that you thought helped you win football games, really don't. And you can weed down and spend more time on the things that truly matter.
What kind of coach is Claude Johnson? I remember him as a player. I remember him at Pine Bluff in college. What's his future look like?
4 or 5 guys on the staff that are going to be future head coaches, and I'm trying to help them, and I give them a lot of responsibilities because I want them to go be head coaches if that's what they want to do. I'm not afraid of losing coaches to move on to better things. And Claude's very calm. He was, he's a quarterback, so he's pretty calm and level-headed all the time. He doesn't his composure very seldom on the practice field.
That's cool. That sounds like you have a great staff. Coach, man, it was fun. It was fun catching up with you. It was fun talking football. We'll do it again once the season starts. I appreciate your time. It's Bobby Bolding, Parkview's head football coach. When we come back, they play their games at War Memorial. We're going to talk about War Memorial Stadium. The manager of War Memorial Stadium, John Latch, will join us. We're going to talk a little A-State, Arkansas, tailgating, things you need to know about going to that game. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drive Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
This is Sports Center.
A former Razorback comes up big to help his team pull off a victory. Sound familiar? This time it applies to former Hog Caleb Calley, whose RBI single gave the Arkansas Travelers a 9-8, 10-inning victory over the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in Springdale. The Travs built a 5-0 lead in the second inning, but the Naturals countered with a 5-run fifth to build a 7-5 lead. Nick Raposo brought the Travs within a run with a sacrifice fly. Jared Sundstrom's RBI double tied the game at 7-7 to force extra innings. The Travs are off today, but they start a series against the Springfield Cardinals at Dickey Stevens Park in North Little Rock starting tomorrow night. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Got the big deals at the Big Rock. Got the big deals at the Big Rock.
Hey Arkansas, it's Terry Harrison at the Big Lot, where you'll find the biggest selection, the biggest savings, and now you'll find Big Steve Landers.
That's right, Arkansas. I'm back in the car business at the Big Lot. Don't be confused. The real Steve Landers deals are at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram.
Come see me and Big Steve at the Big Lot, Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, Alco Road in Benton.
The Big Rock Benton.
It's a tough time. Injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Moe Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter, Andy Kate, with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Monday, Rick Schaefer is back, and we're bringing in Neil Atkinson from Bed Saracen, Courtney Mims from the Pig Trail Nation, Trey Biddy thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway, and the shooter, Patrick Bradley, thanks to Bed Saracen. See you Monday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studio.
It's beautiful. All right, welcome back. It is Out of Bounds. I'm Wes Moore. Talk a little bit about Arkansas State and Arkansas getting ready to come to War Memorial Stadium. War Memorial Stadium's manager, John Latch, joins us. What's up, John? How are you?
Oh, doing good. How you doing, Wes?
Fantastic. Ready for football. That's all we've done today. With Coach Pittman coming to town, we've spent the first hour and a half just talking football, and I love it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I heard Coach Bobby on before me. Man, he's a hard guy to follow. He's a good guy. Parkview plays at War Memorial. We love having him, and I hope they have a good year this year.
What's that mean for y'all, War Memorial Stadium, to have Parkview Catholic play there? I mean, is it good for the stadium?
It definitely is. I'm a graduate of Little Rock Parkview, so it means a little bit more for them to play here at the stadium. Catholic, my brother went to Catholic, and I have a nephew that plays for Catholic football team, and it's just the Thursday and Friday nights at War Memorial are special, and it's special for Central Arkansas to be able to come and watch those games. And plus, we got the Arkansas High School State Championship games in December, and those are always a lot of fun.
Well, and I guess I don't know if it's a negative, but I'll ask you. Not having the Salt Bowl this year, it's disappointing for me, and I get it. They want to have some home games, but is that a big loss for War Memorial?
We loved hosting Salt Bowl, and they wanted to take it back to their home stadium, and that's understandable. But yeah, we're always welcome them back with opening arms if they want to come on back.
All right, maybe we'll get that done one day and have it back at War Memorial Stadium again. All right, let's talk about A-State, Arkansas. What's it been like? Because it seems like to me that the hype is starting to build a little bit for this game.
It's a lot as we get closer to the game. There's always a lot of hype around the stadium before we get ready for a Razorback game, but this year it just seems a little different. Seems a little more special, and we're just getting a lot of calls, a lot of traffic. And I know you were going to touch on this, but we were checking this morning, and we didn't see any more available tickets on the U of A website. So we're thinking that we're getting close to a sellout.
Well, I was talking to him. What got my mind thinking? I was talking to a friend who's an A-State fan, and he looked at his tickets and was looking online, and there were very, very few left, and he was talking to another A-State fan, and he was like, I'll wait and get them closer to the game. He's like, you better get them now because there's not hardly anything left. Then Coach Pittman at the Touchdown Club said he called it a sellout. So I was like, gosh, how many tickets are left? It sounds like they're almost gone. If not, all of them are gone.
That's right. I think we've about sold out. Me and our assistant stadium manager, Mark Pike, we were looking on the website this morning. Didn't see any available. I texted our contact with the U of A. He hadn't got back to us yet. I think you can still buy them on like SeatGeek and Vivid Seats and things like that. But the U of A website, there's not any available to purchase.
What does that mean?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing. But, I mean, what's that mean for y'all? Now, all of a sudden, the years past, there's been, 40-something thousand. Now we're talking maybe 53, 50, who knows how many will be there. How does that change your preparation for the game?
We're pushing around 40, and the stadium holds 54, so we're expecting an additional 15,000 more folks. Last time we had a big game like this was 2018 against Ole Miss. I think we were around 52, 53. So we're expecting a full sellout this year, and it's just different. We got to make sure we're ready. Make sure we don't have any issues, make sure everybody has a good time this year. We've requested more ticket scanners. We have more weapon detectors. We have additional water trailers, more areas to get free water. We have cooling tents, and we actually have a cool-down tent on the old golf course, the old War Memorial Golf Course, the pavilion. So that's going to be a cool-down area for folks out there if you're tailgating and need some water or a place to cool down. So we're just trying to think of everything this year and be as prepared as we can be.
Are you already looking at the long-range forecast, checking out the weather?
I've been looking at AccuWeather. I'm telling Mark every day, I said, hey, man, it's 86 degrees 3 weeks from now. And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't count on that. But for a nice, cool, cloudy day.
That would be awesome. Yeah, as much as I'm around those meteorologists, I've learned you got to wait until at least a week, and like 5 days you get a really good sense. So, yeah,
that's exactly right.
It's wishful thinking right now, looking 3 weeks ahead, but who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and the weather will be great. Tailgating, will that be the same as it's been in years past?
It was in the past. So general tailgating, general parking is $25. And if you don't have a or you don't have a ticket to get into the stadium to watch the game, it's going to be the biggest party in Central Arkansas on September 6th. So, hey, I know we used to do it in high school and college. Even if we didn't have tickets, we'd still come and tailgate. So we will do that. Tailgating starts at 6 a.m., so get here early. There's going to be a lot of people here. Stadium's going to be full. You can expect close to 100,000 out there on the golf course. So be sure to take University if you're coming from West Little Rock. Take the University exit, come up to Markham. If you get here at 6 a.m., you'll get in pretty easily. But obviously, if you wait closer to the game, there's going to be a lot of traffic.
We're talking with John Latch. He's the War Memorial Stadium manager. With the golf course no longer a golf course, has it changed the way the tailgating goes at all?
It has. It helps us tremendously because we can park a few more cars. We've opened up reserved tailgating for additional spots. I think we added probably close to another 100 spots for reserved tailgating. And we still have about 20 of those left. So if anyone's interested, you can go to our website, wmstadium.com, and you can get your reserved tailgate spot. Those are $150, and you got to be in by 10 a.m., just so you know.
John, back in the day, the road hogs would come rolling in kind of early. Do y'all still do the RV parking?
We have RV open this year. It's going to be close down to where the old archery range was over off of Fair Park, kind of closer to the interstate.
What happens in between games? Because Coach Bolding told us that, they're playing on a Thursday night so that, Friday gives y'all a day to prepare for the Razorbacks. I'm just curious what happens in that day.
No sleep. we try to turn around as quick as we can. I know our staff is probably a little frustrated with me booking this Parkview game on Thursday. But we try to accommodate for our home schools. And it's gonna be a lot of cleanup. We're gonna make sure we restock the concession stands and get everything ready. Last year we had a Razorback game and then a Salt Bowl the next day, and that was real tough. So I think we can handle it a little bit better this year. But it's gonna be a quick turnaround.
So what would you say is your biggest challenge? Your staff's challenge for a sold-out War Memorial Stadium with Arkansas State and Arkansas?
If we can get a nice, cool day, that's going to be helpful. When it's hot games or early season games with a 4 o'clock kick, and you get high humidity, it becomes a little dangerous. So we definitely want everybody to drink a lot of water before they come, be well hydrated, and just start drinking water the day before, and just be conscious of cooling down. Make sure you don't get overheated. There's going to be plenty of beer to drink that day, but let's focus on the water a little bit.
When I'm in the public eye, I hear the complaints. We get the complaints in here, and I know it's the same thing for you. What's the biggest complaint that you guys are trying to address and fix for this game?
So there's been some issues in the past. We're bringing in more ticket scanners to be able to get people through the gates as quick as possible. So we're going to try to get the crowds in and the lines moving. I know you're aware of there was some issues with some water pressure last year with the stadium. It's an older facility, and unfortunately these problems do pop up during a Razorback game. It's not something that will come up during a Parkview game or a Catholic game or anything like that. But when you do fill the older stadium up, some problems will pop up. And we had the pressure regulator and the RPZ valve. Those were both replaced this year. Thanks to Catholic High football team, we did a pressure test earlier this year, and everything went well. So we're just trying to be as prepared as possible and trying to make sure everybody in Central Arkansas has a good time.
Okay, John. So in my head, I'm thinking you got all these football players all in the bathrooms, all the bathrooms, and a countdown, and everybody flushes at once. Am I on to something?
You nailed it. That's exactly what happened. and they got to flush like 10 at one time, and then they were paid in hot dogs and cheeseburgers after.
That's awesome. I mean, how else are you going to test it? You got to flush them all at once.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's great. Yeah, that's fingers crossed, and it happens again. What do you do during a game?
So I just kind of walk around and try to put out fires where needed. We try to divvy up different sections, and our assistant manager, Mark Pike, he's in incident command with law enforcement, and then he tries to bridge that gap between operations and law enforcement and meet those needs. We have a lot of staff here at the stadium, so we just try to divvy up and try to put up, like I said.
How do we get another game, Arkansas State game here?
I think we just need to do our best to make sure we host the best game we can, make sure everybody has a good, fun, safe time while they're here. If everyone shows up, it looks like we have most, or if not all, tickets sold for this game, and that's a great thing. If we can have a good time on the golf course, and we do our part to make sure everybody has a good time here in the stadium, I think hopefully in the future we'll have some games coming down the road.
Yeah, just make it a no-brainer. It's like when you get that chance to play for the first time, you play so well, the coach has no other choice but to play you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's our plan.
John, it was good. Thank you for your time. It was good to talk a little bit about the game and just get some more information and find out about the ticket sales, too. That's very positive news. We appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, Wes. Appreciate y'all.
You bet. John Latch joining us, War Memorial Stadium manager. All right, well, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll take some phone calls. 661-1037. I'm all for bringing Arkansas back here in the future. I'm excited about the game. It's a heck of a lot better than Arkansas playing Louisiana Monroe or Troy or name a Sun Belt team. Because they wouldn't sell out that game, but they're going to sell out this game. So I think it's a win-win. All right, we got to take a break. Your call is coming up next. It's Out of Bounds.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your next Chevy is in stock and waiting for you at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Get behind the wheel of a new Tahoe or Colorado with up to $2,500 in loyalty trade-in bonus, no payments until December, and low APR financing. Save up to $12,000 on select Silverados or shop used cars starting at $250 a month. And we're paying more than ever for quality vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. Visit Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey Central Arkansas, are you getting piggy with it and ready for some football? Donate blood with Our Blood Institute at select mobile blood drives August 16th through the 24th for your chance to win a grand prize tailgate package, including 6 tickets to the September 6th Little Rock game, Traeger grill, canopy, igloo cooler, and camp chairs. All donors will receive a limited edition football-themed t-shirt, trucker hat, and a free ticket to Magic Springs. So get out on that gridiron and support your community. Visit obi.org/events today.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes. Has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Now, why buy from Hawks? We're the only manufactured and modular dealer that can build your custom home from your plans. You dream it, we can build it. Hunting clubs, churches, classrooms, restaurants, daycare centers, modular office buildings, school dorms. Check them out online at hawkshomes.com. Lunch at Brewski's isn't just a meal, it's a midday celebration. Brewski's opens every day at 11 a.m. with wings, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and their world-famous chimney cheesesteak wrap because sad desk lunches are illegal in 17 states. Oh, and happy hour drink specials start at 11 too. Want a cold beer with your loaded fries? They won't tell your boss unless they're here too. 2 locations, downtown and North Little Rock. Lunch served at 11 a.m., 7 days a week.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter agents Seth Hobbs, Larissa Kelly, or Matt Steele in Bryant today.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
Get to Twin Peaks for happy hour from 2 to 7. They have apps starting at $2, lunch combos $7.99. You can check out their daily and weekly food and drink specials. They have a later happy hour, 10 to close, that features flatbreads for just $8. And it's time to get those fantasy football draft parties together. You can do that by going to TwinPeaksRestaurant.com/fantasy draft. You can enter for a shot to win $1,000 thanks to Molson Coors. You get a draft kit loaded with everything you need, a $50 kickback card for commissioners, and $5 kickback cards for every league member. Now, it is lunchtime. You want to get by there and have lunch, enjoy happy hour, but you definitely want to come by on Friday, as Out of Bounds is going to be there for happy hour and getting you set for the sports weekend there at Twin Peaks. We have plenty of NFL preseason games, MLB, WNBA. There's always combat sports, boxing, MMA. Best place to watch is there at Twin Peaks with plenty of TVs inside and out and everything you need, especially when you look at that food and drink menu. It's Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
You just made my day. I didn't know we were there Friday.
Yes.
I hadn't looked at the schedule, and you got to excuse me. It's already been a long day. I woke up at 2:30 this morning.
And didn't go back to sleep?
No, I had to get dressed, drive from Baton Rouge to New Orleans from 3 to 4. My plane took off at 5.
I thought you made it back over the weekend.
No, I flew in this morning. I flew into Little Rock this morning around 9 o'clock.
But with that first college football game coming up this weekend, then it's about to get going. So we're going to be there at Twin Peaks to preview that. But then starting next week, with Labor Day right around the corner, everything takes off.
Iowa State, Kansas State. Ready for that? Get to see Montario Elston, Money Elston from Parkview. See what he's doing for K-State. Coach Bolding was just saying he thinks all three of those guys are going to end up playing this year. And, I've been trying to get something out of Money's family about, are we going to see him? They're just teasing me. Acree's over there.
Have to tune in.
Acree's over there.
Cheering on Iowa State.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Hopefully Money takes it to him. Get to watch him as a true freshman. All right, I said we'd take some calls, 661-1037 if you want to jump in here. Let's go to Rick in East Arkansas. What's up, Rick? How are you?
I've been laying off a little bit, but it's getting crazy about football.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Hey.
we're excited about it.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay,
12
so I
days ago?
got two things. Well, I hope that young man that's over at War Memorial, he's got the PA and the boards and the bathrooms and the concession stand. I've been over there and it's like if you don't bring your own shit, man, you might dehydrate in there. This is a big time, and I want Arkansas State and the Razorbacks to play there, but it's got to be a big time. They got to have everything ready from A to Z.
Yeah, Rick, I think like they have learned from their past mistakes or just some of the things that they weren't prepared for. But from talking with John, I mean, they've got some cooling stations this year. They're going to have more water. They worked on the valves at the stadium so that the bathrooms work. And it seems like, you know what, they've taken note to some of the issues that's happened in the past, and they're ready for it this year. And then, too, I think by knowing this far in advance, guys, we may have 54,000 people there. You got to have more waters, more concessions. You got to have more, like he said, just to get people in. They've got more scanners. They've got more gun scanners, just to get the people in the stadium quicker so that the lines aren't long outside. So, it was encouraging, everything that I heard, the things that they're doing to be prepared for this game.
If you like me, we knew some trouble. But anyway, so my second thing is, did he see y'all?
Today? Maybe you're surprising us, Rick.
No. He said he was going to take care of y'all, and then I said I was going to take care of him because he don't like to eat that food because he has to eat it all the time. Did he have to and give y'all food? I had a personal conversation.
He's coming in today, Rick, so maybe you're surprising us, and he's going to surprise us.
He's trying, and I got Joe. Y'all find out where he really likes to eat, and then I want to send something special, gift cards to y'all. But he's supposed to be feeding y'all soon.
Hey, Rick, you got direct contact with him. Just ask him what he wants to eat.
He's supposed to feed y'all. He said, "Don't worry about it, Rick. I got them guys. I love them guys."
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I still want to meet y'all one of these days.
All right, we'll get it done.
We'll make it happen.
Rick, thanks, man. We got to run.
Okay.
See ya. All right, let's go to the D3 Auto Sales text line. TP in Little Rock says, Wes, Joe, would love to have Coach O. Hell of a recruiter and coach. All right, rank them. Coach O, Jimbo, John Gruden. Those are the
John
three.
Gruden is at the top.
Still, yeah, I agree. I'm not putting Coach O there.
Coach O, maybe he has an edge with his recruiting, and then Jimbo, he's the offensive guy. So Coach O, he's more of a manage the entire roster, but he's a really good recruiter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you would weigh that a little heavier because if you're getting the players in here, that's always going to be the first step.
Coach O would be recruiting Louisiana heavily. Those South Louisiana ties. If LSU doesn't want them, Coach O would be jumping in and getting them and maybe even stealing some.
Now that would be something to think about if something happened there and they decided, you know what, we'll go back and take Coach O back. He did so well when he was here.
I think that bridge has been burnt.
I don't know. You never say never. Look, we thought same thing. Bobby Petrino at Arkansas. Thought that bridge had been burned. He's at Arkansas.
Coach O would have to have a ton of success. A lot of success for them to welcome him back. JB says, excuse me, tell that old boy we will be well hydrated by kickoff.
Right on.
Yeah, nope. Just drink of water from time to time. What's going to happen to the burgers in Milwaukee following the Brewers' loss? Will we have to pay again? How much does each burger cost without the promotion? I missed that. I don't know what he's talking about. Some burger promotion with the Brewers?
Yeah, because they have won so many games in a row. So can't remember the exact details on it, but they were about to have free burgers for a lot of people.
If the winning streak would have continued?
Yes.
Tyler and Cabot. Is Rodney Hill still with the team? Yeah, Rodney Hill's still with the team. Yeah, I think he is, I don't want to say overshadowed by Mike Washington's success in the scrimmages and Braylon Russell, but he's always been looked upon as a feature back, or not a feature back, but a back that comes in with certain packages they want to run. They feel like with his hands and getting him out in space, and they'll have some plays set for him.
He's in a mix because they're always talking about 3 running backs, and he's one of the 3.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the 3. I don't think they've just because the other 2. And look, today Mike Washington got the headlines because of Coach Pittman and what he's done at the scrimmages. And Coach Pittman also wanted to point out Braylon Russell coming back to Central Arkansas, I'm sure. But Braylon is also one of the featured backs, kind of a 1A, 1B. And he even said that Mike Washington's success is helping Braylon Russell by making Braylon Russell work even harder because Mike Washington's doing so well. You want to get some snaps, you got to play well. So they're pushing each other. But Coach did say at one point, I'm not going to go down the entire lineup. He said, hell, y'all don't know who half of them are anyway, so it wouldn't do me any good to tell you about this player because you're not even sure who he is. But I think that's probably why, since he didn't go through his Rolodex of players, that he didn't mention Rodney Hill. Here's one in from the 501. Wes and Joe, what happened to the Wildcat package? Are there any teams still using this package still?
There are some time to time they use it. It just depends. Like Ravens, for example, they have a dominant running back in Derrick Henry. They use it.
Well, you know what happened to the Wildcat package? Athletic quarterbacks came in. And so you don't have to bring in some other guy that's really fast to play. Now you got the quarterback running these RPOs like Taylon Green.
Well, I mean, look at Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He is the quarterback, but you still have Derrick Henry. And they put him in there and take direct snaps.
Yep. I think that's what's happened to the Wildcat packages. These quarterbacks, you don't have to bring in some fast wide receiver that can't really throw it as well. Just have that quarterback run it. All right, good stuff. We're all caught up on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Don't forget you can text us on the Gwatney Chevrolet live fan feedback. Hour number 3 is coming up next. Joe Klein and What's Trending. Final hour next.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
All of this has brought you to this.
Welcome to Lazy Boy. Great to see you.
This Labor Day weekend, escape the hustle and bustle and relax in quiet comfort. It's Lazy Boy's Labor Day sale. It's hard work just getting ready for hard work. Time for you. Movies, streaming, sports, or just napping. One trip to Lazy Boy Home Furnishings can take you from this to this. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor, Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock. Long live the lazy.
Come check out the latest in large-scale logging equipment, attachments, supplies, technology, and services at the Southwest Forest Products Expo August 22nd through the 23rd at the Hot Springs Convention Center. Watch the Timberworks Lumberjack Show. See chainsaw sculptures by Artistry in Wood. Visit the online video arcade. It's fun for the whole family. Visit arcloggers.com for schedule, info, training, workshops, and links to the online ticket hub. That's arkloggers.com. 2-day pass for those 16 and older is $10. Kids under 16 free. See you in Hot Springs at the Southwest Forest Products Expo.
Tomorrow is the Justice Department's deadline to give the House Oversight Committee all files related to sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, something on the radar of former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The committee's subpoena requires the DOJ to provide documents and communications connected to the investigation. It was issued after a motion by a subcommittee initiated by Democrats and supported by 3 Republicans. The same panel also approved a Republican motion to subpoena 10 former government officials to testify about the Epstein investigation. Those officials include the Clintons, once the governor and first lady of Arkansas. They're scheduled for deposition in October. Former President and Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton will be turning 79 years old tomorrow. The Clinton Presidential Center decided to celebrate a little early on Saturday and Sunday by offering free art sessions. One artist there gave those in attendance some tips on how to draw portraits. The lessons coincide with the temporary exhibit at the center called Portraits from a Presidency. I'm Sincere Tonsel from KRK4 Today for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Juliana Cullen.
Temperatures warm up into the upper 90s. Many of us will make it to triple digits today before we tack on the heat index. And with the heat index, feels like temperatures around 105 to 110 or greater. So dangerous heat in store for the rest of the day. Make sure you're staying cool and hydrated. This is meteorologist Juliana Cullen with the Arkansas Storm Team for the Buzz Radio Network.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Life comes at you fast, especially behind the wheel. So if you think it's no big deal to drive a little over the speed limit, think again. In a collision with a pedestrian or bicyclist, it can mean the difference between life and death. Getting somewhere a couple of minutes faster isn't worth someone's life. Let's look out for each other by following posted speed limits. Drive aware, save lives. A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spraying. Or stop by 65th and University.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJs spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Hugs from patients, like Patrick. It's something QC Kinetics medical professionals experience every day.
I hugged them. You should hug somebody who does that for you. They gave me my life back, and I really didn't know where I was going to go because I was definitely afraid of having a knee replacement done.
No surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. They give patients relief from joint pain using their own healing properties to repair and restore damaged tissue. And the results? Well, that's why we see a lot of hugs at QC Kinetics.
Everything is back that I thought I was never going to be able to do again. I'm still smiling, and sometimes it gets emotional. I get a tear in my eye because of how I was before I went in there.
Those smiles and hugs never get old at QC Kinetics. It means patients are finally getting relief. And now, it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate for these amazing treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. 501-214-5880.
Aero Truck Sales has been in business in North America for 75 years. They are dedicated to helping truck drivers, owner-operators, and fleet managers find the high-quality, used semi-trucks that they need to grow their business. Their on-site financing team provides flexible financing options and comprehensive warranty and protection plans. Plus, their attached shop provides convenient and efficient reconditioning. Visit Aero Truck Sales at 12101 Eanes Road, North Little Rock, or view their inventory at arrowtruck.com.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my. That ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your prime. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Still it take you down right on your mama couch in polo sock. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I blew cool from AC.
Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services, serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years. They're your small to mid-sized specialist. When you need someone to service your fleet and get your employees back on the road quick, call 501-375-3672.
All right, here we go. Third hour of Out of Bounds. Joe Klein is hanging out with us. What's up, Joe? Good weekend?
Yeah. Hot.
Yeah?
Hot.
Yes, it was. I told everybody we got lucky down in Baton Rouge because they always have these pop-up thunderstorms down there.
Yeah.
And it would rain every day. It rained, and it would bring us in off the course for about 30 minutes to an hour. Lightning goes by. We go back out there, but it would stay cloudy, and it cooled everything down, and it was like 84, but, in the shade. So it wasn't bad at all. Not like here.
Yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking here.
Brutally tough outside. I was going to tell. Oh, Scheffler, how about that shot yesterday? I was telling him we were in one of those weather delays. Clubhouse is full. He chips in. The place exploded. That was one of those moments that you just don't forget because of the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, that dude's amazing. I mean, it's just like he just goes about his business, and he just. He doesn't. He kind of lets everybody fall around him, and he just keeps. He doesn't make. He misses a little putt here or there, but he just doesn't have the big, suicide mistakes or the suicide round. Mm-hmm. It's just steady, man. And then down the stretch, he can. He's just clutch.
Here he is.
He just.
Look at Scheffler. Can you believe what you just saw?
Incredible stuff from world number one.
Had to go up with height here to slow the ball down this hill. Look how long it takes to turn, to pick up the speed.
That was so much fun. They kept replaying it, and I love that when they keep replaying that stuff. They watching the people in the stands.
Oh yeah,
that's what's
and McIntyre.
Yeah, McIntyre's like what the yeah.
When McIntyre bogeyed the first hole and Scheffler birdied it, that 4-shot lead went to 2. I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
Scheffler's winning this thing. He's so good.
But it was just so much fun when they kept, just watching everybody in the stands, because it kind of had a little bit, not quite as dramatic, but the Tiger roll and at the Masters.
Yeah, because it slowed down just enough to you're like, oh, yeah.
That was cool.
I thought about you this morning. I was flying back into Little Rock, and I walked by a place in the airport, and it had a T-shirt that said America's Team with the Dallas Cowboys. Started to get it, but they didn't have the double X long.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. For you, you're getting it for you, right?
Yeah. No, for you. That's all about you.
I was watching the real America's Team.
Yeah, how they look.
Chiefs Kingdom.
I didn't get to watch how they look this weekend.
Oh, they've lost, but they're not playing a lot of people.
Yeah, no.
I mean, so you know how preseason goes. I mean, you don't know what you got, but they've had to redo their whole offensive line. They got a second-year guy and a rookie starting at left tackle. Now he's a big-time player. The kid from I think he was from Ohio State, and he was projected to be, but he got hurt. I think his name's Simmons, and I was listening to a thing this morning, kind of telling how the training camp's going, and they said they've been really pleased with the people on the new guys on the offensive line, and that's where they kind of, they got to protect the dude. They've been having some issues with that the last couple of years, and so hopefully they've made some new additions and revamped it. But it's going to be I don't know. It might be getting pretty close to striking midnight, because we've been kind of been rolling here,
riding that wave.
And everybody in the division's better. Denver's going to be a lot better. Oakland's going to be better, and San Diego's going to be better. So, you could almost
Raiders and Chargers.
Yeah.
Now in L.A. and now in Las Vegas.
Yeah. I got it all wrong. That's 50 years of.
I know. Old habits hard to break.
But yeah, they're going to be better. Those were 6 wins we used to be able to count on every year.
Yeah,
I mean, we would roll through them.
Yeah.
And now I don't know that you're going to have those. So we'll see. They'll be good enough to beat anybody, but I just, as a pessimistic Chiefs fan, you always, you just can't get over all those years when you just expected the worst and got the worst. So it's kind of new territory, but we'll see. I'm ready for it to get going. It'll be fun.
We saw kind of a shift in the team last year where the defense, and maybe the year before, defense is really strong, and they kind of carried last year, and now they're trying to get back up to speed on offense, which they have a lot of speed.
Yeah.
It's just about getting it to those weapons.
Yeah, it's kind of like you got to go how your salaries go. I mean, when they had they were spending a lot of money offensively on guys, and their defense was terrible when Mahomes first got there. And then now, then it kind of, as they started drafting and bringing in defensive guys, the talent or I wouldn't say the level of competitiveness offensively and defense got a little even. And as you said, probably last year, the defense, maybe the last 2 years, has kind of been the catalyst to carry them. Whereas before, when you had Hill and all those, Kelsey and all those guys, you'd go out there and score 45.
And they seem to be changing the receiving core year in, year out. Mm-hmm. Didn't realize that Sky Moore is still on the team, and he had a big return in the game this past weekend.
Yeah, they're trying, the Rice thing, they were really. I don't know what's going to go on with him. I mean, if he's going to get suspended, the kid
he will. He'll
eventually
have a few games.
Something he's going to miss, and then Worthy came on last year. He's been a little banged up, and then Hollywood Brown. I mean, it seems like in theory they got three really, really good guys that can really got a lot of speed. So you hope if they can protect him a little bit better that they can get it deep a little bit more than they have been.
I'll tell you this, being down in Baton Rouge this past weekend, there was zero optimism for the Saints. Like, they think the over-under, which is at 4.5, is too high. Like, they're like, I'm hammering the under because I don't see 3 wins for this team. Spencer Rattler, they haven't named a starting quarterback yet, but Spencer Rattler may be the guy. Here he is over the weekend.
To the end zone. Touchdown! Rattler in trouble. Rattler diving, got there! And the crowd goes wild.
We just had to find something. It was a gotta-have-it moment. It was a great bounce back from the guys. We had a little miscommunication the drive prior with the turnover. But, tipped in, bounced back, made a great catch. Dante Pettis, O-line blocked their tail off. Finished. We had to have it, so we finished and executed the 2-point. It was good.
You were able to get in for that 2-point using your legs, something you said you wanted to emphasize with this offense. Why?
I think it's just so dynamic. Helps your O-line out, keeps the defense on their toes, and I think it's easy for a play caller to, feel more free if they know you can get a few yards with your legs.
Looking at that last play there from the rookie, Jonas Sanker, big-time play. What have you seen from this rookie class?
They're ballers. I mean, they're dependable, they're reliable, they know their stuff. And Jonas has had a great camp and obviously made plays throughout the preseason and made a great pick. I thought there was a second left, but he made a hell of a play.
I'm sure you wanted that last second.
Yep, no doubt. You hate to end in a tie, but good finish.
With what happened at the end of that game, him throwing a touchdown, running that 2-point conversion, because it was a pass play, but he's able to run it in. Those are some of the difference makers that could get him the starting position.
No, it gives them an opportunity. They're dropping the S already down there, though. They are. They're calling them the Aints. They hadn't played a game yet. I'm like, guys, come on. Let's move to Teddy Bridgewater. Got some action this weekend.
Bridgewater going to the end zone here, looking for his man, and he has Bucky Irving. That's a touchdown of 15 yards. He beats the coverage. Emeka Egbuka in the end zone. Eccles in coverage. Egbuka has that one, and it's a touchdown.
Teddy Bridgewater actually looks better at this stage of his career than he did at any point.
Yeah.
And he stepped away as a high school coach for a few years and then got back in the NFL and has a role on he had one with Lions before, and now he's found a home with Bucks.
They like Egbuka, too.
Oh, he's outstanding. He fits right in with the rest of those receivers.
Let's go Jackson Dart. We were talking about him a little bit earlier.
Dart. Dulcich, touchdown Giants. They hit the Jets on that in the joint practices, and they do it again.
How long before that?
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, he looks like
they got
the guy.
They got a brutal schedule, man.
They do.
So they're gonna get
Speed
smoked.
Russell to the
I think they
the Lions.
I think they need to they need to try to
let him
have
take
a sacrificial
lamb.
Yeah. don't kill the boy the first 6 weeks of the year.
They do have some pieces though. They have some weapons on the outside. Malik Neighbors being their number
Somebody
one
said
receiver.
they're supposed to have. Don't they have really good defensive line?
They
very good.
Great defensive line.
Yeah.
So they have some pieces there.
They might be able to hang around. Be in some close games. You never know.
From the Giants to the Jets, Aaron Glenn after the game.
When you look at the overall game, wasn't good enough at all. I mean, that's no surprise. And on all levels. I thought we were sloppy. I thought we were undisciplined. When I say undisciplined, I'm talking about some of the penalties that we had. I think we had about 8 or 9 penalties that we got to clean up. But overall, man, we got to play much better. And that's the beauty of this game. It's the beauty of this game because it always teaches you lessons. Right? 1 week, man, you could be riding high because things are going extremely well. Then the next week, man, it can put you on your ass. It can put you on your ass. And the thing about it, man, if you want to be a winning team, you have to always do everything you can to stay at that level of always keeping things above board. And we didn't do that today. And I understand that. The only thing that we have to do is make sure we look at the positives in this area. We had a really good 2-minute drive. Thought our offense did a hell of a job. We had two INTs on the defensive side. Everything else that we did was wrong. Man, we go back to work next week, right? And that's the plan for us, to go back to work.
Didn't mince any words there.
Yeah, well, that's true. All professional sports. I remember when I was a rookie, man, I'd go have a good game against Milwaukee or somebody like, against Bob Lanier or something, be feeling really good about myself, and then got a game the next night, and you kind of warming up, and you're looking down there, and you go, damn, that's Patrick. And then 2 days later, you're up at the Garden, you're looking down there, oh, there's McHale, Parrish, Bird. Damn.
Got to come with it at all times.
Yeah. There's not a lot of time to feel happy or sad. You gotta just be ready to work.
Well, here's another one for you. Jake Moody walking it off.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's long enough, and Moody drilled it. Would be a career long, and his 5th field goal of the game. Wins it for San Francisco at the buzzer.
These kickers are making almost 60-yarders just look easy now. They're making it look really easy. So it's just amazing how they keep stretching the limits there.
And Cam Little's stuff, what was his shoes? Went into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Now, does that count?
No, it doesn't.
Because it's not a regular season game.
No.
That stinks.
He said, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
I got 70-plus in me.
Oh, and that Saints game, though, at the end, they're on offense, and I think it's going to be about a 60-yarder. And instead of running the ball, they threw it and threw a pick on the last play. He could have had a chance for a 60-yarder to end that game.
One more for you. All right, I missed this, the Dylan Gabriel comments. What was the original?
He said he was doing a sideline interview, and he just said, something about showing up to play, and you have entertainers and what was the other one? Entertainers and competitors. Mm-hmm. You have entertainers, you have competitors. And he's like, I'm a competitor. And he just kind of said a few words there. So right away, everyone's like, is he talking about Shador is an entertainer and he's a competitor? And I knew what he meant. I thought actually he was talking about fans, but he cleared it up and said who he was talking about.
All of you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said.
So you were referring to media as the entertainer?
Yeah, I just said that.
Can you, and just to clarify, I think
that's when you say,
social media
shut
is,
up.
I think some
I'm not
people
clarifying
are trying to take
anything.
that
I just
as something
clarified.
that you probably did not mean it as. Some people are trying to make it out to be sort of a shot that it should be. Can you just explain?
First off, I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting, but for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all, competitor, that's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do.
Yeah, that's why you just that's just a rookie, that's why you give the blah 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 answer. You know what? I'm just glad to be out there. Blah 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 blah. Because you start trying to get cute. Entertainers and competitors. Now you got.
They're gonna run with it.
Here you go,
yep.
man.
Make a mountain out of a molehill.
You media people.
Yes, freaking media. Let's go to Heath. He's in Cabot. What's up, Heath?
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
What's up?
Hey, Heath.
I've just been out enjoying this awesome weather. Fantastic Monday. I got a question for you guys. Maybe you can give me your perspective on it. Would you start the season out, college football season out, with a top Power 5 opponent, or just a cupcake?
It honestly depends on the team. if you have a new team, new quarterback, maybe a new coordinators, then I'm fine with the cupcake, and it's like a preseason game for a college team. But if you've got established, people on board, I want to be the game everybody's talking about. I want to be I've told you a million times, I was down in Baton Rouge. They're all talking about LSU Clemson. They're so excited about this game and finally getting that first win of the season under Brian Kelly. That's all they can talk about. And they're like, who are y'all playing? I'm like, Alabama, A&M. So, yeah, I would rather Arkansas be playing Notre Dame in week 1. I would love that. I think the entire state would be jacked up right now instead of a month from now when Notre Dame comes to town.
I think it also helps you with your preseason camp. When you don't think Texas and Ohio State are got a little seriousness going on in their camp, and they
all summer.
Yeah, and they got their attention. You guys are. So I think if you, like last year when you had a new quarterback, a new offensive coordinator and things like that, I can see probably it's beneficial to try to get your feet wet. But, I think if you have a veteran team coming back or a team that's good, I think going after it is the way to go.
You have to be on a certain level to play those early season games when you have those neutral site matchups. And it's just like college basketball. You see some of those big matchups game 1, and you have to be on a certain level to be in those matchups.
Well, you can see, Calipari feels good about his team this year. Just look at who he's scheduled. He's going to Michigan State. He's scheduling because he likes his team. He likes what he's got coming back, and he wants to push them. So I think you got to kind of you always, as a coach, you always want to have a really good team, and so you're through recruiting and everything, you're trying to have an awesome team every year. So in theory, you would want to play a good opponent right off the bat every year because there's sometimes where you're not going to be very good, and so you might want to lighten it up a little bit.
And then football, basketball, they differ a bit. Where basketball, you can schedule by the season. Football is scheduled out for so far. So you never know what teams are going to look like on the other side.
Yep.
Do you think that playing a cupcake or a, really good opponent beginning of the year, do you think that could ultimately change the trajectory of the rest of the season, win or lose? That's all. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Well, you look at what happened with Notre Dame last year. They lose to Northern Illinois, and you had to sit there and think they're done.
They're done.
They're through.
Yeah.
And so, I think losing. When you look at a schedule like what Arkansas has got and what most SEC schools have, let's say you lose to a cupcake early. You got to get it back somewhere in theory, and you got to look at games that you really think you can win. You're putting yourself in a hole. So,
but if you're one of the marquee teams and lose an early game, first week game, you got 11 weeks to bounce back and to
like Notre
make
Dame.
up for it.
Yeah, it's obviously better than losing it late.
I'm sure there are some examples over the years, but I think back USC first week last year when they beat LSU, I was like, man, that USC defense looked good. This going to be a good team.
Garbage.
That was the highlight of their year. It was not a springboard for a successful season. Where you at the time, you're thinking they may be pretty good.
Yeah, Tennessee's loss to us hurt them. I think as far as seeding and things like that.
Well, it showed some flaws.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break. More with Joe Klein when we come back. More of your calls. It's Out of Bounds.
Listen each Monday morning when Morning Mayhem's Justin Moore tests your Razorback knowledge with Razorback Trivia, presented by Precision Garage Door of Central Arkansas.
This is SportsCenter.
A former Razorback comes up big to help his team pull off a victory. Sound familiar? This time it applies to former Hog Caleb Calley, whose RBI single gave the Arkansas Travelers a 9-8 10-inning victory over the Northwest Arkansas Naturals in Springdale. The Travs built a 5-0 lead in the second inning, but the Naturals countered with a 5-run fifth to build a 7-5 lead. Nick Raposo brought the Travs within a run with a sacrifice fly. Jared Sundstrom's RBI double tied the game at 7-7 to force extra innings. The Travs are off today, but they start a series against the Springfield Cardinals at Dickey Stevens Park in North Little Rock starting tomorrow night. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Legendary NFL referee Walt Coleman on Morning Mayhem this football season is brought to you by Sigma Supply Packaging Products, now a part of Brady Plus. If you're not using Sigma Supply for your packaging and shipping, you got low-grade product, man. Online at sigmasupply.com.
Hey Arby's fans, this Thursday, August 21st, it's Arby's Guest Fest. They're saying thank you the best way they know how, with free food. Stop by any participating Arby's, and with any purchase, you'll get your choice of a free slider or free 4-piece mozzarella sticks. That's right, free savory deliciousness on the house. But hurry, Arby's Guest Fest is one day only, Thursday, August 21st. Arby's, we have the meats.
Your next Chevy is in stock and waiting for you at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Get behind the wheel of a new Tahoe or Colorado with up to $2,500 in loyalty trade-in bonus, no payments until December, and low APR financing. Save up to $12,000 on select Silverados or shop used cars starting at $250 a month. And we're paying more than ever for quality vehicles, even if you don't buy from us. Visit Gwatney Chevrolet, 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. With approved credit, restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Hey Central Arkansas, are you getting piggy with it and ready for some football? Donate blood with Our Blood Institute at select mobile blood drives August 16th through the 24th for your chance to win a grand prize tailgate package, including 6 tickets to the September 6th Little Rock game, Traeger grill, canopy, igloo cooler, and camp chairs. All donors will receive a limited edition football-themed t-shirt, trucker hat, and a free ticket to Magic Springs. So get out on that gridiron and support your community. Visit obi.org/events today.
All of this has brought you to this.
Welcome to Lazy Boy. Great to see you.
This Labor Day weekend, escape the hustle and bustle and relax in quiet comfort. It's Lazy Boy's Labor Day sale. It's hard work just getting ready for hard work. Time for you. Movies, streaming, sports, or just napping. One trip to Lazy Boy Home Furnishings can take you from this to this. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor, Shackelford Galleries of Little Rock. Long live the lazy.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
All right, some Major League Baseball highlights for you. Sorry, Joe, no Royals highlights. But
we won 3 in a row, man.
Nice.
3 games over 500.
It's Joe Franklin's fault.
64 and 61. We're making
64 and 61?
We're making our move.
Wow.
We're making a move.
You got a chance still.
We're 4 games back of the wild card, so we're in there. Usually we're done by May. By the end of May, we're done.
Hanging there. I saw that play Bobby Witt Jr. made, that diving catch.
Yeah.
That was incredible. They slowed it down, how he's just perpendicular with the ground, reaching out, and it's like his arm extended and reached out some more and snared it.
Best player in baseball.
That
right?
dude is awesome.
He's really good.
We do have some Mariners clips.
Best thing about this team.
Raleigh sends one to the corner. Nimmo going back. He's looking at it, and that's gone. Another home run for Cal Raleigh. The big league leader now has 47 and 102 runs batted in. What a year for Rockin' Raleigh.
Did you see that video of him signing the toilet seat? He autographed
He was
the toilet
signing
seat.
everything.
We also got Rob Manfred talking to the media. Here he is talking about realignment, geographic realignment.
It provides us with an opportunity to geographically realign. I think we could save a lot of wear and tear on our players in terms of travel. And I think our postseason format would be even more appealing for, entities like ESPN, because you'd be playing up out of the East, out of the West, and that 10 o'clock time slot where we, sometimes get Boston, Anaheim, would be 2 West Coast teams, and that 10 o'clock slot that's a problem for us sometimes becomes a real opportunity for our West Coast audience. So I think, I think the owners realize that there's demand for Major League Baseball in a lot of great cities, and that we have an opportunity to do something good around that expansion process.
Would make
So
sense.
they're talking about expanding, huh?
Well, that's coming too.
Money is driving everything.
Well, speaking of, here he is talking about TV contracts.
We're having very detailed conversations with a number of parties, including ESPN, and we hope to have it resolved in the next couple of weeks. It's a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle we're trying to put together, but we will have it resolved in the next few weeks.
I put my hand up for hoping that we stay involved, and I know that Eddie and Tony do as well.
Well, that's a lot of. If ESPN loses baseball, that's a lot of airtime they got to fill.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be seeing a lot of stuff we've been seeing this month.
But all year long?
Yeah. Dodgeball and
cornhole
championships.
Commanders and Bengals play tonight. Commanders starting running back Brian Robinson Jr. They're shopping him for a possible trade, so he's not going to play, of course. But that's interesting. They're starting running back. They're shopping.
Where's he out of? Was he Texas?
Alabama. Mm-hmm.
Who's the Texas guy? Was in Atlanta.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson.
Yep. So they're shopping him, and we'll see what happens there. Also, a couple of starting quarterbacks, return to practice. Matt Stafford, Rams, and Jordan Love, Packers. Jordan Love had surgery on his thumb. He returned, and Matt Stafford has been dealing with some back problems, and he finally got back on the field. And Ohio State has named their starting quarterback Julian Sayin. So he's going to be a starting quarterback when they play Texas week 1.
He was an Alabama transfer.
Yep. I think he was out of California.
He is.
5-star
They're
kid.
getting a lot of these California quarterbacks and getting them to go east.
Yeah. They want to play in the SEC, man.
Yeah. Bryce Young was an example of that. And the Texans quarterback now, C.J. Stroud, he didn't play SEC, but big-time Big Ten football there at Ohio State.
Did you see him talking about him wearing a Mariners cap? C.J. Stroud?
No.
He's like, I got all the love from the Astros, but, man, come on now. It's about style and the Mariners.
Was it Padres, maybe? Because he's...
I thought it was... No, it was Seattle, I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm colorblind, but that's a totally different color between Seattle and San Diego.
I remember the story, but I thought it was some kind of connection to where he's from California.
Yeah. Maybe he's Northern California?
I thought he's from Southern California. Somewhere.
I don't know. He said it's a style thing. Mm-hmm. It's about the look. Maybe it was just a Seattle thing.
Right.
But what? Seriously, because you play in Houston, you have to be an Astros fan and support them? You can't whatever team you grew up loving, you can't still wear their hat?
They look for athletes to support.
Yeah.
Other
that's your town.
teams. Around. But no, you should be able to support who you grew up with.
Well, hell, Joe, you must have like 20 different caps.
Yeah,
You'd have changed all the time.
My team always wins.
D3 Auto Sales text line. Best place to buy tickets for War Memorial game. It sounds like SeatGeek or Ticket Hub, one of those, because
did you say it was sold out already? Or
they were
looking
close. Yeah.
Good.
They were looking at the when we had the War Memorial Stadium manager on earlier today, John Latch told us that they were looking this morning and they didn't have any tickets at the University of Arkansas. So maybe it is.
May have some though.
It's pretty much sold out. That would be awesome. Are y'all going to do a lot for tailgating? I'm sure that day.
Yeah, we'll especially since it's kind of a 4:00 game. People have a little more time to kind of get their stuff in order. But yeah, our drive through, people will be coming through, and you call us give us a little couple days in advance and tell us what you want and what time you'll be there, and just pull up, man, on your way to the game, and we'll throw it in there and you're off.
What time do y'all open Saturday? Because tailgating, they open early.
We for pickups, you can pick it up whenever you want. We don't have to be open for you. Like if you're getting food for 20 people and you want to pick it up at 9:00, it'll be ready at 9:00, and you just come to the drive-through window and they'll load you up.
But you can pick it up actually Friday night and then reheat it Saturday.
Yeah, you can. That stuff will stay good. But it's the way to go. That's why when we do it, man. That's the one thing I miss about going to Fayetteville is, I can't do my own tailgate because you can really get creative and do some fun stuff with the stuff we got on the menu.
That's a perfect example. Corky's is just one of many examples of when you have a sold-out or big game at War Memorial Stadium, how it impacts many different restaurants, businesses, gas stations, hotels.
Yeah, no, it's great for the economy. It's just, we get a lot of people in town. And even people, you're just excited. People are in town, and they want to go out, and they want to, there's just a better vibe in the city, especially, when the Razorbacks are coming in town and they're playing somebody good or playing a rival such as Arkansas State.
Savage wants to know what Dan Marley's up to these days.
Yeah, he was coaching at Grand Canyon. He got let go. He had 3 or 4 years left on that deal. I think he's out there running his restaurants and playing a lot of golf. he's almost a scratch.
Oh wow. Do you think he'll get back into coaching?
I don't think so. I think he could if he wanted to, but he doesn't want to leave Phoenix, and so he's had opportunities to go to several colleges and coach, but he's very entrenched in Phoenix. So I don't know that he will unless it's something in Phoenix.
What would be the bigger early season upset? Ole Miss or Notre Dame? With Ole Miss starting a new quarterback, I'm beginning to feel pretty good about beating Ole Miss and Kiffin. If Notre Dame is undefeated, that's the bigger upset because it's a national program.
Yeah, you're gonna. You beat Mississippi. That'll be a huge win. That in theory that would be as big if you're just thinking about it. But Notre Dame's got the brand. Notre Dame is people. Arkansas beats Ole Miss. People in the state of Washington aren't going to know about it. No. Arkansas beats Notre Dame. There's Notre Dame fans in everywhere.
Well, yeah, you nailed it. If Arkansas beats Ole Miss, it's headlines in the SEC.
It's huge in the SEC.
SEC network's talking about it.
Chicago
will probably show some highlights, but
Chicago,
yeah.
Chicago, Arkansas beats Notre Dame.
The country's
New York,
talking about
Chicago, L.A.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
No. As far as upsets. Now, for big picture, what's better for Arkansas?
Ole Miss.
Yeah, being 1-0 in the SEC,
Absolutely.
getting off to a good start.
Yeah.
No, that would be huge. But if you're asking the biggest upset, yeah, it'd be Notre Dame. 870 says, guys, sold out doesn't actually mean sold out. It means the university has sold their tickets. The online ticket scalpers buy them only to mark them up and sell. It's a problem these days because they mark them up to $200 or more. Sold out doesn't mean butts in seat. No, but it means sold out.
The tickets are sold.
The tickets are sold. And
So
those tickets, they've
that's-
already bought them and
yeah,
paid for
that's
them, and the
sold out.
university's getting the money.
Right.
Now, will it mean that there's 54,000 inside the
Yeah.
stadium and every seat is filled? No, probably not, because of the prices. Unless there's that kind of demand that people are like, I got to be there. I'm going to pay $200 a ticket.
Yeah, all the tickets have been sold. But yeah, again, to who and what's going on, that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be in that business. Buying a bunch of tickets and hoping
that you can resell them for a greater value.
Yeah,
you got to be smart about it.
Yeah,
because you buy
that's
10,000 tickets for Alabama A&M, and you're thinking it's the season opener. I'm going to make a little money off of these tickets, and all of a sudden you're stuck eating those tickets.
Yep.
All right, we got to take our final
Sounds like
break.
the stock market.
Yeah.
It's a gamble.
Taking your chances there.
But if you buy a bunch of Taylor Swift tickets,
oh, you're good.
Golden. First semester tuition paid. We got to take a break. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. When cultures cross-pollinate, good things frequently follow. The Beatles delving into Indian music with Ravi Shankar. Led Zeppelin following a journey of exploration with the pulsating rhythms of Kashmir. Paul Simon sampling the riches of African music with Ladysmith Black Mambazo. In the same way that iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. And so do cultures when they share their contributions and customs with those from other places. Together, we are stronger than we are separate. Come by one of Doubleby's 34 locations in Arkansas for some frozen awesomeness in the wide variety of ice cream waiting for you. Bars, sandwiches, bomb pops, push-ups, the favorite of my youth. All of these are ready, willing, and able to bring a refreshing smile to your face. Doubleby's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doubleby's.
The games are on, the food's delicious, and here you are always part of the team. Welcome to Walk On Sports Bistro, where every day is game day. Whether it's a post-win celebration, drinks after work, or taking the fam for some made-from-scratch favorites. Walk On's is your go-to for good times, craft beer, and cocktails, and bold flavors for fans of all ages, from melty mozzarella logs to Hall of Fame level burgers. Stop by today or order online in the app. Walk On Sports Bistro. Game on.
Looking for your next ride? Come on down to Hubbard Power Sports, your local, family-owned Can-Am and Sea-Doo dealer. We've got the latest and greatest Can-Am ATVs, side-by-sides, and spiders to power your weekend fun. And right now, get up to $3,500 off in rebates, plus in-store discounts, or financing as low as 0.99% on select models. Whether you're hitting the trails, working the land, or cruising in style, we've got what you never even knew you needed. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH. Looking to upgrade your home without breaking the bank? Go to The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot, Arkansas's trusted source for quality flooring, including SPC vinyl waterproof flooring starting at $139 a square foot, tile starting at 59 cents a square foot, next-gen waterproof hardwood, and many other building materials at unbeatable prices. Contractor, home builder, or DIYer, we've got what you need in stock and ready to go. Go see the Flooring King, The Warehouse, and Natural State Wholesale, building getting better naturally.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select Hyundai models. Only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in today. Offers end September 2nd. Call 469-405-7740 for details.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
Hey, mustard on the beat, Debo, any rap. He a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs. Tell him free, bro. Nella to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni? Trying to see Compton. The industry can hate me for Marlon, they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some on him. Pull on him, extort, bully the floor on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
All right, back at it. Got Randy and the guys getting ready for Drive Time Sports. Big day today with Sam Pittman coming in, speaking with the Little Rock. Did you go to the touchdown?
I didn't get a chance to. Was it good or was he good? Did you hear it? I heard a
heard
little bit of him. I mean, but I was up at the store, so I didn't get to hear all of it.
He did a good job of doing what he needed to do in front of a bunch of Razorback fans. Sell the team, create some excitement for, some people. And, it's that time of the year you just you don't know. That's his job. He's trying to get people excited. Does he truly, believe that the offensive line is that much better? What do you say?
He talks you're always optimistic, but I mean, to me it seems a little more than usual than it has been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he seems, I guess the word would be more bullish on this team than any team I've ever heard him talk about.
Good way to put it.
I mean, I mean, he seems very, he just seems confident that they have a team that can compete with anybody.
One of the things he said about the DBs, being bigger but faster, he said that, this year when the ball's in the air, he's not holding his breath.
Yeah.
And he's like, y'all do it too. And I'm like, yeah, the ball goes deep ball down there. You're like, oh God, here it goes. Oh, whew, he overthrew him, but he was wide open.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not holding my breath with the cornerbacks we have this year.
Well, that's good because that's one of probably that and the defensive line are the two things that you hear, like Baz and people like you that really, really research it, that I listen to. That's what I constantly hear is the defensive line and the defensive backs is what I hear is the
question marks.
Two big question marks.
Yeah, linebackers look solid. I love Xavier Sorey and Dix, and they've got the backups, the freshmen from last year. They're high on this year as a sophomore, and some of the transfer guys that came in at linebacker. They feel that they have depth there. I think just not knowing and not seeing these defensive backs, can they truly cover? But what I worry is, what if the wide receivers aren't that good? And so they're just covering these guys up, and they getting into the SEC with some real speedsters. Can they hold up?
Yeah, I hated this time of year when I was in college coaching because the preseason, because you're going against each other. So, like, if one day your defense is dominant, you're not walking out of there going, we got a dominant defense. You're walking out of there going, hell, we can't score. And then if you're lighting it up one day, it's like, hell, we can't guard nobody. I mean, it's you're never happy.
No.
They're just they're all something is when you're going against each other all the time. Something always gets exposed.
Coach,
good or bad.
Pittman said that today with Mike Washington because in each scrimmage he has broken a long run, and he's like, man, Mike Washington can go, and he's running down the field, and I'm like, go, go, go. But then I stop, and I'm like, where are we? Why can't somebody catch him? Why can't somebody tackle him? Yeah. So you're never happy as the coach because what happened? Why is he again breaking through our defense? But then you're like, man, this dude is awesome,
Yeah.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
But then you worry about Notre Dame's running back
Oh, yeah.
You're like,
and probably running backs.
yeah, they got some dudes.
Yeah, and they're going to be tested earlier. Early with Ole Miss.
Yeah.
You know, they've got dudes. Their offense, what they did last year in Fayetteville, they're going to test that secondary, and if there's some flaws, we're going to see that early.
Oh, ain't no doubt. Kiffin's not ground and pound. You're going to be slinging that thing around. So
it'd be interesting to see, too, with them because Jackson Dart, you could line him up and let him be a big part of the running game. So we'll see what the quarterback looks like now there. But Kiffin is
he's athletic.
Yeah, he's the biggest piece, though, to the puzzle where you can plug and play with a quarterback just because of the system that they run.
Yep. But you remember Dart struggled against Arkansas early in his career. You know, here you are, first-year quarterback. Well, he struggled with the reads. You can look great in practice, but you get into a game and defenses are doing different things and fooling you back there. You know, how does he hold up against the SEC, even though he's supposed to be, the next one in line?
A lot of with this portal thing and the transfer, you don't know. Like in basketball, everybody's always like, well, these are the top two teams in the league, and man, you don't know what people got till you get into December and you don't really. And with Arkansas last year, what were they 0-5? And yeah, I mean, in the conference, they didn't look when they finally figured it out and got some things going the right direction and got healthy, and so I mean, you don't know till you can see it. I mean, I who knows, what people ask me about what I think about Arkansas, and I said I'm an Arkansas fan. I'm hopeful. I have no idea.
It's unknown.
I have no idea.
You're talking football?
Yeah, I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Basketball is a little different.
Basketball, we got some talent, but you know what? Look at SC, Kentucky got some talent. I promise you, Ole Miss is going to have talent. LSU will be better. I mean, Alabama with Oates, they'll have some dudes. Yep. Bruce Pearl,
Tennessee,
Florida, Tennessee.
A lot of coaches that are great recruiters.
Yeah. So I mean, we got talent, but they got there's talent everywhere.
870 writes in on the D3 Auto Sales text line. Who's your pick between Texas and Ohio State?
Who you got, Joe?
I just think, man, playing the horseshoe first game of the year. Arch Manning is still an unproven quantity. I mean, he's talented, and we all know that, and he's going to be good. But I mean, this is his first big time game, and he's going against Ohio State. I mean,
if this game was in Texas, I'd be all over Texas.
I think it's Ohio State. I think Ohio State takes him.
Like listening to Arch, he kind of has some of his dad in him, where Cooper is kind of a jokester.
Yeah.
And Arch has some of that, like more of a dry sense of humor. Yeah. But he gets a lot of off-the-wall questions, and they don't just want to talk football.
Yeah.
They want to kind of get him out there and learn more about him. But it's always interesting listening to him.
Corky's tonight?
Yeah, man. Come by and see us. Drive-thrus open, catering, deliveries. We say it all the time, but got a great menu, more than just barbecue. Best value in town.
Football season's coming. Tailgate season.
Tailgate, man.
Check them out.
High school games, we can hook you up.
Coming up tomorrow, Kevin Bohannon's going to join us at 1:30. We got Coach Z, and we'll talk some high school, too. Stick around, though. Drive Time Sports is coming up next.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with Cabot Outdoors. Right now, when you purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower, receive your choice of a free pressure washer or generator, an unbeatable bonus of up to $7.99 for the month of August to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. Offer ends August 31st. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome to Moe's. Everywhere you look, prices are going up, but not at Moe's Southwest Grill. Here, the best deal in burritos just got better. We lowered the prices on our Moe Monday special. The burritos and bowls you love are now starting at $6.99. Hot and delicious, made your way with high-quality ingredients. We never cut corners. Guess that's why our bowls are round. Come see us this Monday. And here's my daughter Andy Kate with a reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
The countdown is on. 12 days until Razorbacks football. On your home for the Hogs in Central Arkansas. 103.7 The Buzz.